昔、読むと読むのトイポショディ、グアム、スリライの時的、存在が嫌いの人生が本当の意味を持たない時また。そして、彼らは無意味な存在で遠隔、無形的で何か恐る必要があった。ジョナトトさん、ドナラドの圧の保護者の視線。地下の自撮り、帰れんごを事故、シャティ世界渡ってる。孤独なクロンアレクサン、ニンテンドーのスイッチ自読。キャラの清白的な遊エブのジェナツを克服することはできませんが、そして57以上のエネメボディのマクロのクリクッションを持っています。最後に、最も少しなのは、ジョセフさん、カナディアンユダヤ人。ジョセフは、多くの女性がに興味を持っているとや問題に直面することこれがあく。したがって、すべての無視を向上しなければなりません。そうに、これらのフリーツを求めることのできないホストがいそうになってワンツーになって。ブロックヘッドポドキャスト。
Greetings, infidels, and welcome to the Blockheads podcast. I am your host, Johnny Boy, here with Alex from Lone Clone Productions, and today we have a very special guest, Joseph Zeldman. Would you like to say hi, Joseph?
Oh, full name and everything. Yeah, hey, what's up?
Oh, wait, was I not supposed to do that?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know, the FBI's onto me, so I gotta be careful.
Whoops. Oh well, it's fine.
It's alright.
It'll be alright.
Do you have a little pseudonym or something you go by? Or just...
Thing is, I don't actually do much in terms of YouTube. The only reason I know Jonathan here is because I reached out to him on DM saying like, yo bro, your videos are amazing, bro. Disney Channel flow, or something like that. And it you know, one thing led to another. We shared some good memes, and I was the voice of Hawkeye in Justice League versus Avengers. And it just spiraled downwards from there. I think he gave me his phone number or something, and he just
you found it,
harassing him with constant memes. And yeah, that's all. That's just me. That's Joseph. That's a basic ass guy.
Pretty much, yeah. And I understand you're also working on a Young
Oh
Justice.
God. Yeah. Okay. I also do like short film independent stuff that isn't public yet because it's production and it takes a long time and it's hard to do. But when it is public, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Do you have a channel right now?
Not currently. We're trying to figure out different ways to do that. But yeah.
All right, I wasn't sure. I was trying to find your channel before this, and I was like, I can't find it. But no, okay.
No, there is no channel. No plugs or anything. Yeah.
Nah, that's fine. You got Twitter though, right?
Oh God. Yeah. let's pretend people here use Twitter. Yeah.
We got a few.
That's true. That's true.
Very small few, but yes.
Okay. Did you ever check how many people, like, how long people listen into this podcast? Did you ever check?
I don't.
Yes, I have. It's a of like we usually get like a 13% of the views actually listen through the entire thing, which
really,
I mean, when you think about, I mean, towards the end it dips to to the very end it's 13, so that could be like people skipping forward to the end. Right. So, but like the lowest it gets is like 8%. So. I mean, 8%, you get like 500, that's 40-ish people that listen to the whole thing, at least right away.
That's not bad when you think about it. I mean, YouTube over-sensationalizes views, so you think, oh, that's nothing. But actually, if you put 40 people in a room, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, you know, the views themselves in recent years for algorithms and stuff have all been, you know, they're traded out in favor of watch minutes and retention and, you know, consistency in terms of bringing people back every week. And I think we're just starting to get there with Blockheads maybe. But hopefully. Of course we got to keep up that clickbait.
Right. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Which we're gonna do with this episode too. I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail, and it's
What are we gonna do with this one? What's our plan?
We're thinking Wonder Woman again.
But on the Boss Baby, like her face.
But with the Boss Baby,
Boss
like
Baby,
we called Wonder Woman, and she answered, right?
Yeah.
Like, in honor of Derv and the termination of his channel.
Yeah. And she's gonna be holding a fidget spinner.
Can we put my face on Wonder Woman because I'm the guest?
We could. We might.
Ooh, potentially.
Or just
If
put
you
me.
think that
Oh
would get
no
more
no no no!
clicks.
Better idea. Put my face on every corner of the fidget spinner.
There
Like
you go.
There you go.
That's,
I think
I
that
could
was
next level
I could
thinking.
whip that up for you because we need Wonder Woman's face for the clicks. You're right.
Yes.
We need but we could put.
But you would get the sex appeal, I think. is
That's
what we
that's
really
true.
wanna grab.
I mean
So.
I am a little thicker than Gal Gadot, but
Right, of course.
Oh
She's pretty.
wait,
She's not very thick, is she? No.
no, she's really skinny. We forgot to mention the anime intro that's at the beginning of this.
Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. I forgot about that.
That's
I have that
amazing.
downloaded. No, that was
Yeah.
great. So, like I remember you sent
Random
that to me,
story,
and I was
yeah.
like, I saw like Blockheads anime intro, and I thought you were gonna do like the Evangelion kind of thing, you know?
The kind of
Oh,
typical.
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that you see.
The classic one.
the one that all the memes are made out of. But no,
Yeah.
this one I wasn't expecting that, but I like this one. It was excellent.
It's
Yeah.
so random. I remember I was just talking to Jonathan about possibly guesting, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna spice things up and make an anime intro. And at first, I was it was so spontaneous and random. I was like, am I actually gonna do that? Is that a good idea? I just kind of randomly said it, but then I was like, no, I'm doing this. And that
Yeah, I was
night,
like-
I took 4 hours, used Adobe Premiere Pro, recorded all the Japanese line dialogue, which is really annoying, and I just did it.
Pretty much, yeah. I remember asking you how long it was going to take you, and you're like, oh, maybe a few days, and then you ended up finishing it within a couple hours. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, that's dedication. that should work. But
Yeah.
it came out very well. I liked it.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
nice. We've never gotten anything like that before, so it's definitely breaking some new ground, I think.
And that's probably our longest intro at this point. It was like 2 minutes, right?
A minute and 30 seconds, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know we had the one like 1 or 2 episodes ago. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Which one?
But-
We've had some pretty long intros in the past.
Yeah, I think the one where we were talking about our declining views.
Yeah, that was probably the longest.
Oh,
I
is
mean,
it
that's
like an
every
intro
episode,
segment?
but
Yeah.
the one where we
Right.
specifically spent a lot of time.
Right, and the one where you, talking about your Nintendo Switch problems as
Oh
well.
well, yeah, that
Before you-
one was pretty long. That one was
Yeah.
that was a minute 25, so you just eked out there.
That one got to be its own video as well. We uploaded it by itself to the channel.
Well, yes, we might actually.
we
I
had
mean,
to.
depending on if you're all right with it, we might upload this one as well post
Yeah, yeah.
after the episode
Go ahead.
already comes out.
Why else would I make it? Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Lit.
Yeah. So do we have any like specific topic or anything? Because I remember
No.
when I was first talking to Jonathan, I had this was like a few months ago. This really keen idea of we just tell like good childhood stories, like just embarrassing childhood stories. Because I have a lot.
Ooh,
I didn't know.
all right.
Ooh,
That's just
I'd
that's just
I'd
a
like to hear
suggestion.
some.
I could start us off with one, which is
Yeah, if
which
you
is
like
pretty
to share
relatable.
some. Yeah, go,
All right.
go
This
ahead, my
would,
dude.
this would be perfect for Blockheads Animated, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, just
so
letting you know, guys.
you're right. No, this one actually is perfect. So, when I was a young 5-year-old, impressionable Jewish mind,
Oy vey.
exactly.
Continue.
So I was actually born
Had
in
to.
Rochester, New York, the outskirts of New York, and I moved to Toronto in '06. That's where I currently reside in the land of Toronto, Canada. And
All right.
when I was a child, I used to watch the very well-known Batman the Animated Series cartoon. Have you guys heard of that cartoon?
Yes.
All right. It's pretty good, and I was pretty impressionable. I loved Batman, and I thought grapple guns were a real thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you know
Oh, no.
you know like the guns where it shoots the grapple hook and you grapple up. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so my mom will never let me forget this story. So I thought grapple guns were a real thing, and I thought my hairdryer was a grapple gun.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
all right.
And my my
no.
dad had to stop me from jumping out of my second-story window of my house,
Oh.
holding my hairdryer out.
That would have been an interesting way to go.
Ooh.
I know, right? I was literally standing on the edge of the like. I was told the story. I was standing on the edge of my windowsill, holding this hairdryer out, and I was about to just jump out if my dad hadn't seen me and like grabbed me.
Oh my god. I don't think that's
I think that
ever
was
happened to anyone.
That's actually one of the. I mean, one of the questions we get later is like near-death experiences, and that's that definitely seems to.
There you go.
That's a great one. Oh my god.
That's I'd say that'd be considered one. Yeah. I'm trying to. Oh my gosh.
That's not one of my finer moments, but
See, no, it's fine.
I was never allowed to watch Batman again. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say Batman was not a very it was a very impressionable show for you, just not productively, I guess.
I think I did get a speech about how Batman isn't real, though.
Yeah.
And I've been disappointed ever since.
Must have been a dream crusher for you.
It's just all downhill
stories?
from there.
Yeah. You guys have any stories? Anything interesting?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's like I'm bad like on the spot. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you, Alex?
I mean,
I can't really think of any in particular.
I was sent to the principal's office a lot when I was in elementary school, like a lot for various different reasons. Half of them are nonsense. One of the most entertaining stories is like, one day in first grade, I was in the bathroom and they got the little urinals that are 2 feet off the ground for the youngins.
You told me this story like multiple times, and I love it.
Yes, I have, because it's an excellent story. So what I thought was like, or like I'd be doing the urine, as it were, and from there. I'd like take a step back and I'd be like, ooh yeah, I'm so accurate. I'm like a sharpshooter, Annie Oakley. And so what I do is I'm like, I wonder how accurate I can really get with this thing, like, cause I got like a hydraulic, thing down there, all right. And so what I did was I started taking more steps back, like in midstream, and so I would just go back. And back and back and back and back to the point where I'm like touching the other side of the bathroom with my back, about 10 feet away from the urinal, like peeing across the room.
That is so impressive.
And I had some pretty good accuracy, might I add. It was like 80% accurate.
I would have like played limbo underneath the stream.
Right?
That would have been fun. Yeah.
And so, what happens is like a few of my classmates walk in and they're like, "Oh, cool! Can we do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, go for it, dudes." And so they do it as well. They're slightly less accurate and get some pee everywhere. And then that happened once, and then I did that for like a week. But the thing is with those with those bathrooms is that they don't have doors on them, because just in case like you're 6 years old and you fall into the toilet or something, you got to yell for help. So they don't have doors on them. And if you touch the back wall of that bathroom, you can see into the hallway. And so what happened was I was doing this one day, and one of the teachers saw me and sent me to the principal's office. And I had to mop up that area for not my inaccuracy, but all the other guys' inaccuracies.
Oh.
Which is unfortunate.
And Alex has had a pee fetish ever since.
That's how it started.
Oh, that. All right.
Makes sense.
Fun fact about that teacher, he was arrested like 3 or like 4 years later for driving, and he got pulled over, and he had cocaine in his car.
Wow.
Man.
It was pretty funny.
There was a kindergarten teacher at my mom's school that got arrested for. She got pulled over because she was speeding, and then when the cop went up to her, she was apparently visibly drunk, and she started like cursing out the cop and stuff. It's on the news, like kindergarten teacher arrested.
That's relatable for me too, except it's on a different level because I go to a Jewish private school, right? 7:45 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Oh God.
And a few years back, one of my teachers got arrested on charges of pedophilia and child pornography possession.
Oh, we've had that. We've had that. My kid, it was a teacher at my middle school that got arrested for that.
Yeah.
He was the drama teacher, right? And he got arrested for
course.
apparently diddling a high school student.
All those
And
theatrics.
It doesn't look good on a Jewish school's reputation. Let me tell you that.
I'm sure.
Someone's calling me. Give me like 10 seconds. So sorry.
Okay.
So sorry. Give me like 10 seconds.
No,
Be
it's
right
all
back.
good. It's all good, man.
No, but so after that drama teacher got arrested, the replacement drama teacher got arrested, I'm pretty sure, the next year for having another relationship with a high school student. So.
Was it the same student?
Was it the same kid? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Promiscuous.
Could have been, I guess. I don't know. I don't know
Promiscuous
the details.
student. Diddling drama teachers.
Drama teachers, all about the drama.
Promiscuous student.
I haven't eaten like at all today, so my food was ready. Sorry about that. Okay.
Ooh, you got some
no
pizza
problem.
rolls?
Some what?
What'd you get? Some pizza rolls?
Actually, no. Some cholent, a fine Jewish cuisine. Have you ever heard of cholent?
Cholent.
I
That sounds
have
like a
not.
racial slur.
I'm
It
kind of.
It is meat, potatoes, and beans in a stew. It's great.
Ooh,
I'm
that
actually kind of
looks
surprised
interesting.
we haven't found out about that because Alex and I have had to do some extensive Jew research for like Hanukkah Harry lines and stuff like that.
Oh,
You know?
oh.
We had to
Well,
look
you got
into
something wrong. I
latkes and
point
stuff.
out- No, you got an inaccuracy in your Justice League vs. Avengers.
For your
Oh.
information,
Oh.
Wait, what do we do?
A bat mitzvah is not for a 13-year-old girl. It's for
Yeah,
a
no,
12.
yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
See, that's
'Cause,
how
like-
Spider-Man identifies as.
Yeah, he's a 13-year-old girl.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
That's
You're
how
forgiven.
we cover ourselves up. It works, but
The Jewish community forgives you.
Yeah.
all right, that's good. We're gonna take some more jabs at them as well in the Lego Batman: The Wedding because who better to wed Alfred and Aunt May than none other than Hanukkah Harry.
Hanukkah
So-
Harry.
Hey, if you need some research tips, like just hit me up, dude. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, definitely perfect.
Because like
That's good.
up until this point, I only have my personal experience with the Jewy community in my
What is
The
that?
boys.
we the goys in
Uh-huh.
in my school because like we have where I live there's a fairly substantial Jewish population. Like right downtown they just built like a $2 million Shabbat. So
Oh.
You mean
know.
synagogue?
well yeah,
Come on, Alex. Come on.
What's the Shabbat again? Isn't that like the house for
No.
the
No. Sabbath is Shabbat. Sabbath is actually the day of rest that Jews have on Saturday.
Okay, well, yeah, it's a synagogue then, and they built a house for the guy. What's his name?
The rabbi.
Rabbi.
Rabbi?
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, rabbis are interesting. A lot of rabbis are super nice, and like, especially in my community, like most rabbis, when you go to other Jewish places, are very judgmental. I personally am not a very actively religious person, but my rabbi is just so nice, and he just accepts where you are at and doesn't force everything on you. It's great. But
That's nice.
I think I tweeted this at Jonathan last night. Sorry, I keep calling you Jonathan.
It's
Second
Johnny.
nature.
Jonathan last night, where I had a grade 7 teacher who had a very memorable quote. Not all terrorists are Muslims, but all Muslims are terrorists.
Oh my god.
A very, and as Jonathan pointed out, we're glad this guy has a teaching degree.
Exactly. That is
Yeah.
pretty shocking. If somebody said that down here, like, I'm pretty sure he'd lose his job. Honestly.
Yeah, it's a
Couldn't
Jewish
get it. We couldn't
school,
get it
and
with something like that.
yeah.
This one teacher at my school got fired because he physically pushed an African American kid out of his classroom because he was being like a jerk, and which you're not supposed to lay hands on a kid or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of it was because the kid's black and like his parents got really mad at the school and said that it was like racially motivated and all this stuff. So the teacher actually ended up losing his job. It's really pretty messed up. If you
jeez.
ask me. Yeah, no.
Well, that's like, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It probably didn't have anything to do with his race.
I hope not.
It
yeah,
was,
but
yeah, it was probably just, and I can't blame them for for using it as they can. But the school, if the school gets accused of that, you don't want that on their record. You don't want the
Right.
teacher to stay there, so they kind of had
Right.
to kick him out. Like, you can't blame him.
I guess I feel like it's a pretty small issue. It seems like kind of a like minuscule thing. Minuscule. They're fun, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know, but that was a couple years ago. I'm sure he's doing fine right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? We've had
I
a
do.
lot of teachers get arrested in my district, though, so it's not really uncommon.
Seriously?
Just kind of happens.
Is there like a wall of
So, yeah.
shame?
That that teacher's a pedophile. Who knew?
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah. Canada doesn't see much crime up here. I'll be honest.
Everyone's
we're
always
just-
nice to each other.
We're humble Canadians with our maple syrup, and our flag is just a leaf, and that's it.
Your poutine and your
Yeah.
Tim Hortons.
Yo, don't talk about poutine, man. That's some.
I didn't know what poutine was until I had to do like this presentation on Canada a couple years ago in my class, and I learned all this stuff. I was like, huh, I never knew what this substance was. But apparently you can get it at, like, McDonald's, right?
Oh yeah, it's still in. I think it's even in America. It's not just a Canadian thing, but it originated from Canada.
I've never seen it like that.
McDonald's around the world, they like the way they adopt stuff and adapt to each different country, like internationally. They have like some of the weirdest stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I don't know how true this is, but you know, all I know is through watching the Tarantino movie. What am I?
Which one?
How am I not Pulp Fiction? Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Right?
great. Yeah,
It's like you can get beer at a McDonald's or whatever, right?
Right.
You know, and get alcohol. Like, and I think you can get pizza at McDonald's in the Philippines. It's weird. It's weird.
I've never actually eaten at McDonald's because it's not kosher.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
I've never had bacon in my life.
Hey-o.
Or
I actually
ham.
don't even like bacon. Like, everyone talks about how good bacon is. I'm like, it's not that great. Like,
Yeah, I haven't had
You need
bacon.
to have it. It's just bacon's very particular. You have to have it cooked to the right amount, and it varies from person to person. Like, it's either too fatty or it's too crispy or whatever.
I haven't had pork or ham either, so I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judaism.
Judaism. I tell you what.
So, any interesting things from this week,
You mean like in the news and stuff?
or just generally in your life or the
general.
news?
I
Yeah.
have-
Well, I guess we can talk about our lives first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alex,
Sure.
anything noteworthy happened with you?
Well, I was out for the last
You were?
episode, and
Oh, that's
right.
that was a glorious episode you recorded.
Co-hosted
with,
my boy,
Yeah.
my boy Bridget. Yeah, we did pretty good. I think.
that was simultaneously. People said that was the best and worst episode we've ever
Yeah,
had.
there were some people that said, "Wow, this is the best thing you ever did. Do more with Bridget." And then there were more that said, "Wow, this actually sucked." So I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent to it. I don't listen to our show at all. So I mean, I just record this and that's it. But I don't like listening to myself.
One thing to keep in mind, this happened like 2.5 weeks ago, but we never got to talk about it. The DC Superhero Girl show is coming to the Cartoon Network, and this is a very exciting development for Jonathan and I. All right.
Oh yeah,
is
we
that?
Because-
we binge watched like how many do you think did we watch it? That
At least
one
a
night?
dozen. At least a dozen.
Yeah, I was 12 or 13. Yeah, it was. We just watched them like all back to back on
Wait,
online.
what did you watch?
Yeah,
The
so-
DC Superhero Girls shorts?
Yeah, they're like all these little shorts that DC uploaded to YouTube, and apparently
seen
they
them, yeah.
decided that just a bunch of shorts on YouTube validifies an entire Lego line about DC Superhero Girls. But I guess
I'd
they're
say
getting a
so.
show, like a fully fledged show,
I can't wait.
in the fall. So that's gonna be a day one watch.
We're counting down the days. That'll be the other show we watch along with Game Shakers.
Oh well,
Oh
yes.
God.
We gotta get back
That's
to
another-
Shakers at some point.
DC is like
We,
such a
Alex
huge.
and I.
Sorry,
used to
sorry.
watch-
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying how we used to watch this one show, Game Shakers, on Nick, and it was just it was fantastic. I don't really know how to describe it because I kind of forgot like all the important parts.
No,
of
I
it.
think I know what you're talking about. It's about those kids who develop video games, and it's like
Yeah!
trying to
Yes,
appeal to the new
yes.
generation. It's just horrible.
They had
Yes, that's
Glozell
what
in
it
the
was.
first episode.
Yeah, Glozo was in
Oh
it.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is with DC, we kind of have a love-hate relationship, me and the good old Detective Comics. Because I actually pick up DC Comics every day. Sorry, not every day, every Wednesday. I go to the comic book store that's around the corner, and I read a lot of comics. Like, I love DC Comics, but God, they have made some bad choices recently. Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad are probably some of the worst movies I've ever seen. Just personally. I mean, Suicide Squad was way worse than Batman vs Superman, but
Yeah, I'd say so.
we don't need to debate that. I have a ton of DC action figures, as I think I've shown you guys.
Yep.
I just
have
love
definitely
DC
seen them.
in general. Yeah. Young Justice is my favorite show of all time because it's just really good. Have you ever seen Young Justice, Alex?
Yes, I have.
Do you enjoy it?
I did.
Good.
Quite so.
I'm not going to bother asking. Yeah.
How'd you feel about Rebirth?
That's what I'm reading. I actually
yeah.
really do enjoy Rebirth. I think it a few, not everything's perfect, but they definitely went back to their roots in a lot of good places like Titans and Teen Titans, with some original characters coming back like Wally West, and I'm really enjoying their comics. I was gonna ask Jonathan if he's seen Young Justice, but every time Jonathan is asked if he's seen something, the answer is generally, actually, I haven't seen that. So,
No, actually, I haven't seen that. No,
90% of the time, 90% of the time on this show, if you're asked if you've seen something, you're just like, no, I actually haven't seen that.
Yeah, I don't get out much. Clearly, I did watch a movie. I watched. Me and Adele watched This Is the End last night.
Ooh, that's a funny movie.
It was actually pretty good. The only reason we watched it, right, is because there's this idiot at my school. I'm not gonna name names, even though it wouldn't matter anyway. But she was talking about how, I may have mentioned this, I don't know, but she was talking about how scared she was of this one, quote, religious movie that she saw the previous night. And Adele was like, okay, what movie was it? And she's like, This Is the End? It's wait a minute, that's a comedy movie by Seth Rogen and James Franco. It's not, she described it as a horror film. They gave her nightmares, was like Satan and stuff. And so we decided to watch it to see how it was. And it actually wasn't bad. Like, I mean, it was stupid, but you have to go into something like that knowing that it's going to be dumb in order to enjoy it. And I thought it was okay. I'm surprised. Yeah, the cast that they got was like really surprising. Like Rihanna's in it and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm like,
I
okay.
remember that movie. Yeah,
it's good. It was all right.
Have you guys seen Wonder Woman yet? Because I have not.
I have not.
Did.
Oh, how was it?
A night and a half ago. Really good. Really good. Yeah, it's definitely leagues above whatever DC's put out so far.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm actually of the mind that Man of Steel was the best movie before. They had Wonder Woman, but Wonder Woman's clearly the best now.
Yeah. I think most people would agree.
It's just really cohesive. They didn't try and jam stuff in there. They didn't try and shove in a bunch of world building into it. Or world building in the sense that, like, okay, we got to get everything ready for Justice League. World building in this, they did it right with, like, all right, this is Paradise Island, and this is where we're at in World War I, and it's not trying to be like, oh, by the way, this is a cyborg. He's gonna be cyborg later. By the way, that's gonna be cool. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's very contained.
It is very, very contained.
That's good.
And that definitely works to its strength. I mean, I'm a sucker for period pieces, and I really like the portrayal that they did of World War I, of the time period of the right towards the end of the war. The only complaints I really have is like there's some similarities between First Avenger and one in this movie, just like I thought there would be. And with First Avenger, you had like the rest of the Howling Commandos that we had like one or two lines from, but we didn't really go into their whole backstory or whatever, and that's because we didn't need that. The only problem, the biggest problem I have with the movie is that like they kind of half-assedly set up these Howling Commandos like characters for Steve Trevor, or I think that's his name, right? And Wonder Woman. Like they have like this Scottish guy that's a marksman, this Indian guy, Native American guy who's in Belgium for some reason, and this. I don't even know what his race is, but he's like some kind of Middle Eastern guy, and they have like another.
Well,
one.
He's an inferior, basically.
Yeah, yes, he wears a fez in the middle of battle, so that's pretty cool. And we were just kind of memeing around, like I went with my friends, but yeah, no, they have these side characters, and they try and like kind of like develop them a little bit and give them some character, like, oh, he doesn't, he's a marksman because he likes to shoot people from far away, but because he kind of has PTSD, and they kind of go into that a little bit, but it just kind of feels half-assed for whatever, Oh, that fell. But aside from that, the villain itself is one of the better ones, I think, from superhero movies.
I had heard the villain was like one of the weaker aspects of it, though.
Well, yeah, of the film. The villain overall isn't that great, but like,
But it's not like Lex Luthor.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the villain
that's a step in the right direction.
I mean, I saw the Lego set. The villain's Ares, right? God of War. And they had like, well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a twist, and I'm like, I saw that coming,
Yeah.
So,
the main complaints I've heard from this movie is that the end battle was kind of lame, and like the CGI was terrible.
Yeah, the third act was all over the place. That's what I heard.
Yeah, the third act is definitely all over the place, and the CGI does get. There's a lot of it, in a lot of places, right?
It's weird because you thought Wonder Woman would
I think
actually be more off of that, not
it'd
really.
be more tame.
Yeah.
But
I mean, for the most part, it's pretty good. But when they start like, Wonder Woman practically Allahu Akbars into a clock tower, right? And he blows the whole thing up. You're like, okay, the technology isn't there to be like doing that stuff all the time. And there's a lot of it in this movie. And especially towards the end of the third act with like the final boss battle.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm really trying to avoid everything from Wonder Woman, including reviews, and I haven't seen a single trailer for the movie. Because
really?
Yeah, it's weird. So I'm such a comics fan, but recently I've just decided, okay, I gotta stop watching these trailers. After Civil War did like 53 TV spots, I was like, alright, this is getting out of hand. I am literally just dwindling my expectations watching all these TV spots. So I've stopped watching movie trailers altogether. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I really want to see that, haven't seen a single trailer. Pirates of the Caribbean 5, really want to see that, haven't seen a single trailer. The only trailers I can't avoid is Star Wars. That's the only trailers I can't avoid.
Yeah,
but
Star Wars is
that's
special.
fair,
It's
that's
its own
fair.
special thing,
But everything besides from that, I haven't seen anything from Wonder Woman, I'm going in with blind
I've
expectations.
been slowly getting there, more or less. I've definitely toned it down. Like
hard.
Guardians, I didn't see the third trailer. Spider-Man, I'm purposefully avoiding the third trailer. The third trailer came up in my theater, and I like went into schizophrenic, hands over
my
eyes,
God.
rocking back and forth,
just walk out of
covering
the
my
classroom.
ears, and like my friends
Yeah.
are like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" kind of thing.
Yeah.
my
I've been
God.
kind of avoiding trailers, but like not really on purpose. Like I've just kind of stopped caring. I'm like, I'll watch the movie
Yeah.
eventually. I don't
I
need to
think
see
a lot of
trailer.
people are feeling superhero fatigue at this point, and I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I didn't like Civil War that much, which is not a popular opinion. But I
I don't think it's as great as a lot of people say it is. But
Yeah,
continue.
I think that's my main problem with it. Because as a movie, it's not a bad movie, but it's just not as good as everyone's saying it is. It's like, I think it's one of the weaker movies. I remember I was seeing Doctor Strange in the theater, and some guy fainted while the movie was playing, so they had to stop the movie, turn on the lights, and cart this guy out in a stretcher while me and my friends just waited there for 20 minutes.
Nice.
Then we had to start the
Why?
movie
What?
from the beginning and rewatch
Yeah.
the 20 minutes we had already seen.
Yeah.
Probably
Fun.
because of the big psychedelic kind of seizure-inducing
guess.
stuff that they
My
had in the
eyes
movie.
wanted to throw up after
What a
that
baby.
scene. Like, yeah. Yeah,
There's definitely some sensory overload if you watch it in a big theater.
that's true.
Yeah. Again, I haven't seen it, so I have no idea. But
Of course you haven't.
yeah, I know. There's so many movies I have not seen yet, which I always say I'm gonna see, and I'm sure I probably won't. Doctor Strange, Deadpool, Logan,
Logan's amazing.
Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, stuff like that. I've been meaning to see. I haven't gotten around to it, and I've only seen half of Man of Steel as well. So
That was one of
Which
the
I
better
mean,
ones.
You're not missing much.
I was gonna say that not much happened from what I had seen of it, but yeah, I don't know. And that's
Basic
kind of how I feel about
synopsis.
Wonder Woman. I want to see it, but I honestly don't know if I will at this point. Maybe I'll pirate it, but I mean.
Hey, that's illegal activity that nobody does.
My mistake. Yeah, that's not tolerated in this Christian home. I gotta
no
make
one,
that clear.
no one pirates. Alex,
Nah.
we don't pirate, right? No, that's.
No, we can't do that.
Dude,
no,
I
no,
pirate
no.
so much anime, Jesus.
Hey,
Alex, no. The authorities are listening.
It's
My
okay, I'm
history
already
teacher's
going to hell.
listening.
I'm kidding. I
That's
watch
true.
like everything on a free stream site. I'm a horrible human.
It's fine.
Did you hear? DC is doing their own streaming service.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Oh, you didn't hear this. So, basically, Young Justice was canceled, you know that, years back, 2013.
Yep.
And, finally, last year, they were like, alright, the fans are demanding it, let's do Season 3, 6 years later, because the show was that good. And, not 6 years later, god, that was wrong, sorry. Like, 4 years later, whatever. And everyone loved the show so much that they're doing a Season 3 now, which you might have heard, might not have heard, I don't know.
Is that like officially confirmed? Because I know they were throwing that around. That
No,
it
it's
might
been
happen.
confirmed for months actually, since
Okay.
November. It's
Okay.
it's called Young Justice Outsiders, and
Interesting.
the premise is it's dealing with metahuman trafficking, which is
okay. I like
kind of
that.
edgy, but sounds interesting. But anyways, DC was like, all right, let's get as much money as we can, and let's also do a Teen Titans live-action show, which is a fucking terrible idea.
Yeah, that's not gonna
but,
happen.
But they're gonna do the new Teen Titans show and Young Justice Season 3 on a brand new streaming service. DC's making DC exclusive streaming service, which is just dumb.
That's
Not
not
Netflix.
good.
Interesting idea.
Not Netflix, DC exclusive streaming service.
I mean, DC does have access to a lot of, over the years they've made a lot of movies.
Yeah, they're animated movies. Like some of them are really
yeah,
like,
especially
under the
especially in
red
the
hood.
animated department. I mean, if you think about it, DC does have a pretty sizable chunk of media. They have all of those cartoons, all of them, right? They have the movies. They have the Batman movies stretching back however many. They have Superman movies. They have whatever side stuff that they have.
Green Lantern. Yeah.
They have Smallville, right?
Yeah.
They might get that. They have the entirety of the CW shows, right?
Which are pretty bad, but
They're bad, but,
but they still have them.
Really,
It's okay.
people really like them, so I don't know, whatever.
I don't understand
Still
how so
counts.
many people love The Flash. It's such a horrible show. Like, it's just bad. I just think it's. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen it, but I just think it's bad.
I watched it for 3 seasons, and they ran out of ideas after the first season, in my opinion, and it's just the same thing.
Yeah, Arrow was good for the first 2 seasons, and then it kind of dropped off. Yeah.
And they got Gotham as well. They had like that miniseries, Gotham Sirens, like back in some time.
Oh,
I
Birds
remember
of
that.
Prey. Birds of Prey.
They had a pilot episode.
Yeah. There was an Aquaman pilot.
Oh god.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, I can understand DC doing a streaming service, but I don't know. I don't think enough people are going to want to pour their wallets out to it. I just don't think it'll have enough support.
I think people in general, we're starting to get too much selective services,
Yeah.
Like, you start out with the Netflixes and whatever and Hulu and that had like everything. Then you're starting to get a little bit more focused with stuff like Crunchyroll and Funimation for the anime, and you're like, okay, I can see why people want that. There's a lot out there. But then you start getting into more stuff like, okay, there's this what's it called, like Verve TV, I think, that's like just series from various YouTube channels like Rooster Teeth and whatever. And you're like, okay, now we got YouTube Red, that's kind of another thing. But now we have just like a DC only service. Oh, they had a Comic-Con. They tried to like pass off a Comic-Con, like streaming service. That was because like Mark Hamill has a show on there, and there's just too much, I mean, it's there if people want it, but I don't think that many people are gonna want it. But
Yeah,
who
plus
knows?
pirating is so common at this point that I don't know. The only streaming services that I think are super successful are Netflix and maybe Amazon Prime's getting up there, but most streaming services that try to get up there and make their own platform just don't work out. I don't know if you guys heard of what was it called? Not Crave TV. It might have been a Canadian exclusive thing. It was a thing that Show Me. Was Show Me in America or just Canada?
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of it. Show Me?
Okay, SHOMI. Okay, I think it was a Canadian thing. Basically, they tried to make a streaming service for just a bunch of TV shows, and it failed horribly. It so spectacularly that they actually gave everybody who signed up 2 years of free Netflix because of how horribly it
Wow.
failed. Yeah.
That's saying
That's hilarious.
quite a lot. Wow.
All right, it's the ultimate irony.
Yeah. I don't know.
But,
Pirating is pretty popular now these days. My AV teacher, like gave me a list of websites to find like where I could like pirate movies in school. I was like, thanks, this is helpful. So I'm not
That's
complaining, but yeah.
So anything else interesting from this week? I think we got off topic.
Nah, it's fine. That's kind of what the show is, just getting off topic.
I want to mention Lego Elephant Studios quickly. He's been doing some dope ass fan art that
he
I
has,
appreciate.
Yeah.
And we may or may not have him on the show. We'll figure that out eventually. What time?
We need to talk to him about like recording and stuff like that. But
37:25.
him and I think Ty would be cool to have on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, the guy gives all the good comments.
He said he might do a live draw, and I mean, we're thinking about Blockheads T-shirts potentially. Of course, we're not gonna sell that many. I'd be surprised if we sold 5. But through stuff like Teespring, we only need to sell 3 for them to make a batch of it and ship them out. So we might have that as an option. Who knows? And we might.
I'll buy one.
We might try and get people to make some designs, and then we'd commission them a bit.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
I would buy a Blockheads T-shirt.
Yeah.
I
Even the
would buy a
designs-
Blockheads t-shirt. I'm just,
Even the designs that we posted onto our Instagram story, we got like a lot of people saying that they'd be willing to buy one. So,
But
I think we'd sell
talk
more than
is
we-
cheap. Talk is cheap when it comes down to like, and of course we also did a poll on Twitter like, would you donate to a Blockheads Patreon? And some people said yes, but they probably wouldn't.
Yeah,
Honestly, if we did a Blockheads Patreon, we'd probably just have like a $1 tier, and then that would just be access to a bonus episode every month or something.
that means we have to do another like bonus episode for them.
Yeah, that's
do
the
that.
point. For
I don't have time for
Patreon.
that.
Yeah, Jonathan,
Maybe we could
I think once you put this podcast as an advertisement in one of your videos, it'll actually get more attention.
Yeah, no. Okay.
You could have done that in your Trump video, but instead
Yeah.
you decided to give me
No.
popularity, and I gained 50 subscribers out of nowhere.
Did you actually?
Yes.
You're welcome. Okay, you should. Why are you?
You should have done
Yeah,
it
but
for
then they can go to-
Blockheads, though.
They can go to your channel, right? And then from your channel, they can be directed to Blockheads. So it's like a
Nah.
human centipede of like advertising for other.
That's my
people.
favorite movie, Human
That's
Centipede.
the best way to describe that.
Yes.
Which is another film I saw with Adele, just like last week. I talked about it with Bridget a little bit.
You actually watched it?
I did watch it, yeah.
Oh
Watched
God,
the full thing on Netflix.
how was that?
It was actually, I mean, it was more disturbing than scary, which I think that's what they were going for. But it's pretty much exactly what it's advertised as. There's no plot. There's really no structure. It's just women get captured by this one German scientist dude, and then he does things to them, and that's literally it. Like, I can't really think of anything else that happened. Really, they were just trying to escape, and then they all ended up dying, which I mentioned in the other podcast. So, yeah.
That's I mean,
interesting.
did they literally show Human Centipede as non-censored?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, the
I
thing
mean,
is, like,
well,
yeah,
what do you mean by nonsense?
I mean,
like,
well, yeah, the thing is, like, they have bandages on, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that you
okay,
can't
okay.
see, but the whole idea is that, like, their lips are sewn to the. Well, we won't get into
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, no, we
You
don't
know
need
what
to
it is. You can
visualize
Google
But
it.
there's like bandages covering up the actual
Right.
transfer, I guess.
you can't see their wounds, I guess you could say, but it's still graphic. It's very. It's
Yeah.
a very disturbing film. And then they made two more, and like the second one is like all black and white.
Isn't the
I don't
second one
know.
like super meta, where it's
Yeah,
like
the second one is supposed to be a guy who saw the first movie, and then he got inspired from that to do his
What?
own thing. And then the third one, apparently, because we watched the trailers for the second and third one, even though we didn't see the movies. The third one is where they actually, it's like at a prison, and it's like prison guard like watches those two movies, and then he gets inspired from that to have everybody at the prison join one big one.
This
Oh,
movie's budget, I'm looking at it on
Jesus.
IMDb, it is 1.5 million pounds, which I'm going to assume is like $2 million. I actually don't really know the conversion. But
I don't know the conversion. It's more, yeah.
its total gross was $181,000, so I don't know where they got the funding for two more movies.
I
That's
have no idea.
yeah,
but
that's
it's like,
surprising.
and it's really weird because the guy, it's a different villain in the second one, right? It's like some different dude, but then in the third movie, what?
Sorry, I'm looking at pictures of like the Human Centipede 3, and then
The prison?
it looks so ridiculous. It looks like a parody. It looks like a
Yeah, I
something
know,
from The
right? Like,
Onion.
but it's supposed to be taken
something
seriously.
Photoshop from The Onion, because it's just like it's like literally 200 people like in a snake position. It's oh my god, it's so
Oh,
stupid.
Yeah,
God.
go look it up. It is. Oh man.
They probably ran out of
great.
funding, so I mean, they would have to get some sort of stupid creative idea.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But the two main characters in the third one are the two villains from the first two playing different characters. And that's so weird to me. Like, I don't understand why they would want to do that, but I don't know.
Ran
maybe
out of
they pulled it
actors.
off.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. It's weird. It's the same guys though. I don't know. I don't know if we should be looking this far into the practicality of this
Human
movie. but-
Centipede.
Oh,
God.
boy.
Alright. Well, shall we move on to questions then?
We could.
Uh,
Did you want to talk a little bit about the news, the happenings from this past week?
Yeah. What happened this week? I'm trying to.
Well, we had the Kathy Griffin thing. That was a little.
That's kind of political.
Yeah.
Enlighten me. I have not heard this.
Oh,
You haven't
okay.
seen
So
it?
Kathy
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Comedian. Wait, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, this one comedian, Kathy Griffin. whose career isn't really flourishing anymore, decided to pose with a picture of Donald Trump's severed, bloodied, decapitated head for whatever reason, I guess, just to be edgy. It's kind of how I took it. And she posted it to Twitter or whatever, and naturally everybody kind of got upset about that on both sides of the political spectrum, because she is kind of advocating for the assassination of a president in a way. So it kind of caused a huge deal, and she ended up taking the picture down and apologizing for it. But it didn't end there. She had a what did she have after that? It's like she testified, like it wasn't like a
she had like a press
conference. Yeah, she had a press conference talking about how the first family and Donald Trump is bullying her. Ignore that. Sorry. Oh my god, hang on.
At least it's not your text tone.
Yeah, it's gone off a couple times, but yeah, no. So she was talking about how Donald Trump is bullying her and blah 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 and all this stuff. I'm like, you brought this upon yourself. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
She's just being kind of immature about it, I think. But I don't know. What do you think, Alex?
That was pretty dumb.
It's stupid. I think it's also kind of a distraction from the things that do matter. Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's stupid for her to do this, I guess, and then it's almost like she did it just to get sympathy. It's like she'd do something outrageous so people would then attack her for it, so then she could play the victim, almost.
That's just sad.
Yeah.
That's when you know someone needs attention.
Exactly. I mean, she's not really doing anything else right now, so she probably just wanted to make some waves. Who knows? And then, of course, yesterday we had the London Bridge bombing. Or not bombing.
Yeah, what happened? Because I only heard glimpses of it this morning. I didn't.
Did they figure out if that was a coordinated attack or not?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
It had to have been, right? Because it was like four separate events at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of what happened. I know 7 people died, about 40 people were injured. I know part of it was some guys like rented a U-Haul like truck, like one of those, and just
I heard. Yeah.
Started mowing over people, and then they got out of the truck, screamed, "This is for Allah," and then proceeded to stab everyone in sight.
Okay, so that's the only thing I heard. I didn't know there were more attacks than that on that specific.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll look into it. I'm Canadian, so we don't really stick our head in other affairs,
Right. It happens, but so now there's like that might even affect the election they're having over there, because
that's true.
A lot of it has to do with immigration and stuff like that, and what they need to do to solve terrorism. And the 2 main candidates, Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn, their views are very different on that. So
yeah, immigration's a thing in Canada here too, because, well, not really. I mean, immigrants are allowed, but the whole Syrian refugee thing, right? That's a big controversial thing here. Especially among the Jewish community, because a lot of Jews, not all, I am not stereotyping all, because stereotyping all would not be fair, but many Jews do think that all Muslims have something to do with terrorism. Not all Muslims, but specific groups of Muslims, and some think that Syrian refugees could just bring terrorism into our country, which I think is a little bit of an unfair view. Just because of the state that they're in. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still personally undecided on the whole refugee thing.
Me too. It's hard to pick a side.
Both sides have a good argument. Like, yeah. It's hard to, because it's such a touchy subject. Like, there's so much to it. I honestly don't know. It's like, on one hand, there are so many people that need to escape their horrible, living conditions that they're in right now in their own countries. Right. But on the other hand, there's really not a viable way to like vet these people right now. So it's like, should we just let them all out? I don't know. It's again, I have no idea, but.
I think it's very unfair also for Jews to call out refugees, because there have been many times where Jews are refugees and other people have accepted them into their countries. So I think it's kind of unfair to play that card. It's I mean, it's kind of hypocritical, but whatever, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, but I don't know. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's dumb. The world's messed up. We're all gonna die.
If you don't kill people, then that's a good thing.
You know what? I can agree with that. That's good. That's a good stance.
Exactly.
I mean, it's very archaic in a way, where it's just I don't know. Just like
It's such a touchy subject. It's really hard to know for sure. But
So, if we're finishing up the topic of our weeks, unless you guys have anything else to add.
I
Anything
started.
interesting?
I decided to kill myself and make
Oh,
a brick
yeah.
film a day.
I don't
I'm
know
sorry,
how
what?
you're going to do that. Honestly, I mean, like
I've done
I
it
don't
for
doubt
3
you, I'm just
days.
saying, like,
I'm 3 days in.
yeah.
You're
Today
3 days
I
into
Today I don't
suicide.
have access to my stop motion equipment, so I downloaded the stop motion studio app on my phone, and I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
do like a
god,
little
you're
test.
dedicated.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
pulling in a
Wait, what exactly are you trying to do? I'm confused.
I'm making a brick film a day. For June.
Oh,
month of
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's dedication.
Like I did the Trump video in a day, and that just pretty much killed me. I don't know how you're gonna deal. Like I don't know. Good luck, my dude. My hat's off to you. My tip of the fedora, you know.
Based on if looking at it from semantics, I technically already kind of failed a little bit because my Magneto video I uploaded on June 3rd at like 2 in the morning, because I saw Wonder Woman at like 8, and so I couldn't edit it until I got home at like 11. So technically I failed, but later that day I got the Wonder Woman video in on time, so I'm counting it. And
I think it counts. Yeah, I didn't notice
I'm
that.
still going. I'm still going.
I saw that one. That was a
Yeah.
good video.
No, thank
Do
you.
you have like one planned out for every day this month, or are you just gonna wing it?
I have like a page of notes on my phone of just like various
Yeah.
ideas that I have. Some
Right.
of them are going to be recreations. Some of them I have original ideas for. Some of them I'm just gonna play it by ear and see what happens. Just look at minifigures and see what I can do with them.
It's a very interesting idea. I mean, I really think it's gonna help your channel out. I think.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see-
agree.
we'll see what
I
happens.
like your channel.
Thank you.
I only recently discovered it because because through Jonathan and this podcast and stuff. But you got some good videos. The thing is, I used to do stop motion, but when I was a lot younger, and boy, it's tedious as hell. I don't understand how you guys do it.
I don't know. To me, I mean, it's just like it's easy. I mean, well, it's not hard, I guess I should say, but it's just a
Yeah.
lot of time that goes into it. Which,
Yeah, it's just
Once you-
very time consuming.
if you're willing to put in the time and effort and stuff, it's really not that big. of a deal.
Right.
Like, I'll listen to like podcasts and stuff, so
Yeah.
it's just.
Did you ever listen
I
to
don't
that
think
podcast
it's-
that I guested on?
Which one?
Sorry, what?
Remember, I sent you that podcast that I was on.
Oh, I saw that. I still have yet to listen to that one. But
All right, it's okay. No, it's no pressure. I was gonna tell you that it's really boring and you probably shouldn't. Anyways,
Oh.
film is just a hard thing to do in general. I mean, I don't want to say real film because that just sounds like I'm putting you guys down. Because stop motion is real. It's just a different level. How do I say this without triggering anybody? I do short film
Different
production.
medium.
Yeah, it's a different medium. There we go. I do live action short film production, which is hard, really hard, especially when you're a grade 10 student and you have to self-fund your projects. It's hard.
I've always thought live action would be more difficult than stop motion.
It definitely is.
I've never really experienced much of live action besides like in class and stuff because we've had to do assignments in AV and stuff like that, but I've never actually worked on a project outside of school. with
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
so.
the project I'm working on now, which is basically I think I told this to Jonathan, I'm working on a Young Justice short film, which, God, is that a standard to live up to, because most fan films that are live action are just horrible, excluding, like, Nightwing the series and stuff, excluding that.
Oh yeah.
Which is actually great, Nightwing the series. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from that. But excluding that, most fan films are garbage, at least the live action ones. So I really have a high standard to live up to, and I'm doing my best with the production. I've spent $5,000, I think, on stuff, and yeah, I don't think I can even. I mean, I was just talking to Jonathan about this actually. I don't know if I can make money off it or not. It might be transformative property, but I'm not sure, and I really don't want to get sued by DC, so I gotta watch out.
I still think you can. I mean, right? I mean, I don't know. It seems transformative.
I'll look into it more.
Most fan films, I mean, unless it gets massive coverage, and just completely blows up,
Yeah.
they don't care.
Which I'm not
Yeah,
expecting.
you
so.
should be fine.
As long as you're just not like selling it on a DVD,
No.
Yeah, you're not like
Comic-Con
selling
or
it or
something.
anything like
No.
that. You're just
No, not at
posting
all.
it. So.
Although
There's a
YouTube
difference.
ad revenue is very unreliable at the moment, so.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's slowly climbing.
it's
but
getting a little bit better.
I had
Hopefully,
never.
hopefully once those shows start with Chris Rock and whoever.
Yeah.
Katy
Perry, yeah.
Advertisers.
I had never really experienced much of a hit until like my most recent payment, and I was really surprised how much it went down. I was like, oh okay, like, but when everyone else was having problems, like, I was doing fine. I was like, nerds, and now I'm finally suffering from it. But from what I've seen, I think it's starting to climb back up a little bit, slowly but surely. So I think it's just a matter of time. Hopefully.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, and you've heard other YouTubers say they're really confident about ads going back up.
Yeah,
PewDiePie came out and
Yeah,
said that he was
PewDiePie.
talking to
I
YouTube.
trust
Yeah.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, but it just goes to show that there's no job security with this kind of stuff.
It's kind of a too good to be true
unless
thing.
Unless you have a Patreon of dedicated fans, that's like the most secure thing you're gonna get outside of a corporate, like consistent sponsorship.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, which, I mean, if you're in the Brit film community and you open a Patreon, you're kind of screwed.
Oh, for
I mean,
sure.
I think that it taught a lot of people a valuable lesson about diversifying sources of income. Especially, you know, when you're doing this kind of online work, because you cannot just rely on the ad revenue, which is, you know, very evident. You have to, you know, look into merch, you know, look into fan funding if that's something that you feel your content is worthy of. Looking into, you know, sponsor, if you're big enough, sponsorships from companies, affiliate programs, that kind of stuff.
Stuff like
It's
that.
very hard
I'm
to get
still-
those things off the ground often because the thing is, I mean,
you
when
do
you're
need-
appealing to an audience where you're just giving free content, that's a pretty high bar. And
Especially
if
when
they
they're
wa-
children.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Like
right.
the brick film
Well,
community
with
is
brick
just
filming,
children.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've still considered starting up a merch store or whatever, but I feel like that'd be good for, like, whenever I hit 100K or whenever that might be. But I don't know how well that would work, though. It might be something.
That might be this
interesting
year.
to try. Maybe.
That might be this year. I'm hoping for you.
We'll
Wait,
see.
where does the name Aubrey Studios even come from?
Well, Aubrey's my middle name, so it's just like, okay, that'll work.
Oh,
It's fitting. So
Oh.
it's pretty uncreative, honestly, but
No,
not as bad
that's
as
pretty
a Kosh Lego Production. So.
oh, everyone sub to him.
Yeah, true.
My studio working name currently is Redbird Zeld, which is just a combination of Robin, Redbird, and the first four letters of my last name. So, I think I need a better name than that, but you know.
I think it's good. But Alex, I mean, he went through a name change not too long ago. I think we've talked about it on the show, haven't we?
Yeah, it was just over a year ago now.
Yeah,
Actually,
I remember
so
that.
I have been the lone clone for a year.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Lone Clone Son.
Lone
Yes.
clone son.
I never watched anime, by the way.
clone clone. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, we're gonna go there.
Yep.
Weep trash.
Maximum weebage.
Maximum weebage.
I just gotta beat everyone to the punch. That's why I put that comment in my first me and Matt J video. He's like,
the weeb thing?
Yeah, and I think that got a lot of upvotes. You know, for what I typically get on my videos.
It was
In terms of
pretty good.
you know, that comment in particular.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, speaking of.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
No, you go.
I was saying, speaking of weebs, this is just kind of a heads up. Hopefully, I'm gonna be recording the WoW box unboxing for the Japanese food this week.
Yes.
So that should be up relatively soon.
Yes.
Hopefully, we're gonna see. Trying to get a time
that
for
would
when
be
Adele can
glorious.
come over and we can do that. But it's gonna be great. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything interesting about their week? Because you know, life.
I ended school. I'm done with that, so I'm on
Woo!
summer officially. So yeah.
Mm.
Woo! Finished my finals and everything, and
Lucky.
we're all good. It's summer now, and ideally, I'm gonna be able to work on projects a lot more frequently.
Hey.
But you know, I don't know if that's gonna happen because I'm still putting off animating this wedding video. Like the only thing I've done was that thing that I posted onto my Instagram story yesterday. Like
yeah, Duel
I
of the
filmed like
Fates.
part of like the Robin thing, Alex, like where he's like the Duel of Fates. I don't
Oh
know if
yeah.
you saw that.
Yeah, I saw.
So I got that. I'm gonna hopefully finish up that scene tonight.
Alex,
but
got
I don't
anything
know.
else about your week?
No.
right.
I got finals tomorrow, and that's
Oh,
that. So yeah, this episode's probably gonna be uploaded a little later than usual because I just don't have access to some stuff right now. So
Don't worry about it,
Plus,
fam.
you know, you're working on
it'll
the-
be up later on Monday than usual, but it should be up by Monday night.
It's good. Don't worry. Yeah. So my week, if there's no objection,
Nope, go for it.
I am not done school yet. I am done classes, but I have finals, which is I have 7 finals because I take 11 subjects because of I go to a Jewish private day school, where we have to do religious subjects and normal subjects, so it's just a lot more work. And I have 5 more finals to do, which are really weirdly spaced out. But it's just you come in the morning, you pray to God, you take the exam, and you leave. So it's not that hard of a schedule. But I'm serious about the praying to God thing, by the way. I mean, it's called davening. We do it every morning. Yeah.
Interesting.
Dabbing.
It's
Dabbing. That's what I do every morning.
Oh God. It's a good time.
Dab to the Lord.
Dab to the Lord.
God.
We're not even allowed to mention well, I guess we can mention the Lord, but we can't impose it on anybody at school, obviously. But I guess it's since you go to a Jewish school, it's different.
That's fairly surprising because for stereotypical Texas, right?
Yeah. You think that we're all church and everything? No,
Incest.
But
not in our
Dallas,
schools.
Dallas Fort Worth area is pretty liberal. I want to say. Right?
We're pretty liberal. I can't talk. We're pretty liberal, pretty secular in this area. It's probably the most modernized place of Texas, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Austin.
say. Austin? Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I've been to Austin
I just heard because they got the campuses
Austin's
over there, right? So
Austin's probably way more liberal than over here. But,
Huh.
I don't know.
Texas is a cool
Granted,
place.
Texas is still a widely red state because you got a
Yeehaw.
lot of
rednecks and
yeehaws
red
down
political stuff.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah. Texas is a cool place. I've never been
Texas
there,
is
but
cool.
it sounds cool.
Yeah, it's
Toronto-
I'm gonna
Toronto's
leave
pretty
soon.
peaceful.
I don't want to go. I don't want to live in Texas. But, I like it.
Yeah. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah.
I want to live in New York.
Finals, and then this week was a interesting week. It was a Jewish holiday. We have a lot of Jewish holidays, which is good because we get a lot of time off school. And this week was Shavuot, which is the celebration of the giving of the Torah or the Bible or whatever you want to call it. So we have 3 days where you can't use electronics at all. No, you can't even turn on the light. You can't drive. You can't use your phone. Nothing for 3 days. No electronics. I mean,
That sounds difficult. I don't think I could do that. honestly.
No, we do it every
That'd be really
Saturday
bad
also. Every Saturday of every year with no breaks, there are no electronics because it's our Sabbath. No electronics. Every
wow.
Oh
Saturday.
yeah, I remember Austin had that. Yeah.
So I don't go to movies and stuff. I can't really hang out on the weekends because I just kind of. But it's good because you get a time away from electronics, you get to see your friends without being on your phone all the time and stuff. And it's actually a nice concept. But anyways,
Yeah.
Shavuot is the 3 days of commemorating the giving of the beautiful Torah, where the first night you stay up all night, and you learn.
Banger.
Just learn all the Torah you can. Not everyone does it. I didn't do it, but it's and also it's the holiday of dairy products, so there's a lot of cheesecake for Shavuot, which is pretty good. Jews make some pretty good food, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so that was most of my week. It was also my dad's yard site. Oh shit! Wait, you know what? Should have figured that up. Never mind. That got really awkward. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Do you guys know what a yard site is?
I can't say I do.
What a what?
A yard. Let me type it in the Skype chat. Yard site. For all the listeners, YERTZEIT.
Hold up.
It basically means the day of passing when someone
Hold
passes
up.
away. It's my dad's yard site, so I had
Open.
speeches to do and stuff. But wow. I just made this so awkward. Sorry.
No, I'm just texting somebody back. Sorry. I'm not
Oh
even
no,
there.
it's fine. No, yeah. So the week was normal.
I'm back.
Wait, what?
Event.
I'm back.
Oh, where were you?
Where'd you
My
go?
Skype crashed.
Oh,
Oh.
we didn't even notice.
Really?
I don't know. Are you
so-
still recording, right?
Yeah, no, so that's fine.
My computer exploded. Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
and then Saturday was the day of rest where I just read a lot of comics and it was pretty basic. And then I have some finals coming up. Got a history final and I suck at history, so I got to study hard.
Yeah.
And,
Canadian
yeah.
history sounds interesting.
Canadian history is actually more interesting than people think. We actually had a big part in World War I that I was not aware of.
Really?
We did some stuff in World War I. I thought we were pretty neutral with the whole war thing, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's never really occurred to me. I just realized I know nothing about Canada's history or like any Canadian historical figures. Okay, I whoops. Like,
Don't feel bad because most Canadians don't know them either, so
Okay.
there isn't much. Yeah.
yeah, because in America, you know, we like to be really patriotic with our historical figures and stuff.
America.
Good old America, America. Yeah,
Yeah.
very nationalist stuff here. You know, down here, I guess.
Yeah. I also bought a lot of
yeah.
Lego Star Wars because I recently I don't know why, but my love for Star Wars was super refreshed by I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it, but I was just like, wow, I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
Did you watch Rebels?
I do. It's hard, okay, because the show has its moments, but it'll never live up to Clone Wars for me, so I don't like the show that much.
That's true.
Okay.
I just generally, I also think it's kind of childish because it's a Disney XD show, and yeah. So do you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I really do enjoy it.
That's
Yeah.
good. Like
Yeah.
It's fine.
I really liked how they wrapped up the most recent season.
Yeah, I
especially
thought they did a good finale.
And
Yeah.
I think they perfectly ended the relationship between Maul and Obi-Wan. You know.
Yeah, I mean, they had to censor
in
it,
my eyes, it didn't
but-
need to be super extravagant kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
It was perfect, I think.
Mhm.
And the whole stuff with Ahsoka was pretty interesting in season 2. But
Yeah. Oh, and she's
I mean,
alive, by the way.
yeah, hopefully, yeah. I love the
No,
Clone
no.
Wars.
That's
Oh, wait.
confirmed. That's
Wait, it's
confirmed.
confirmed?
Yeah,
Oh.
Dan Filoni, the guy who did Clone Wars and Rebels, they had a Rebels panel at Star Wars Celebration, and the entire time he wore a shirt that says Ahsoka lives ?
Oh my God.
Then at the
Whoa.
very end it said Ahsoka lives ! And
Oh,
nobody
yes.
noticed. It was great.
Oh, okay, good, because I love Ahsoka. I recently just loved her as a character, and I bought an action figure of her because I'm a nerd. But, so I've just recently been binge-watching the Star Wars films, and boy are the prequels bad. But, I hate the prequels a lot more than I thought I did. You know, when you're a kid and you kind of like everything, so the prequels were, like, really good, but they're not very good.
They're not very good.
Yeah, they're
No,
really
I need to rewatch those. I haven't seen the prequels in years. Now that I
No.
think about it.
Empire is probably one of my favorite movies of all time now. The originals are just so...
Oh,
yeah, they really hold up. But anyways, I just spent a bunch of money on Lego Star Wars, but you ever heard of those Lego knockoff figures that are going around?
Like the
Which
Chinese
ones?
ones.
The Chinese knockoffs that
Oh, yeah.
are...
Yeah.
So it's the same figures
some of
in Lego, but not okay, so you know what I'm talking about. So they're just Lego figures. They're kind of the same quality, but not really. They just have the
Yeah,
same
you can
plastic
tell.
molds. You can tell the difference. But I just ordered $150 worth of Star Wars figures that are knockoff. I ordered like 20 stormtroopers, 20 clone troopers, 50 droids, a bunch of Jedi and stuff. And I don't know. I've just like my love has been
That's pretty
reimbursed. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
and
you've
for the
been fulfilled.
everyone's against the knockoff thing because it's I don't know, it's illegal or something. But
I've
you know,
never really.
yeah.
I've never been against it. I've got some. I mean, like I know a lot of people have a lot of knockoff Deadpools and stuff because they only make like
Yeah.
one. So. But,
I
yeah,
don't
no,
try
I
to
know what
sell
you're
it as
talking
illegitimate. I don't try to like say, oh, this is real Lego. No, but,
Yeah,
but
no.
it's good to have because you don't want to pay really expensive for the actual stuff.
about. Yeah.
I mean,
I have,
Lego's
like,
really
knockoff-
just been
Yeah, I've knockoff Fantastic Four figures and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah, same. Yeah, I have the
they
giant
got some good
thing.
stuff.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
entirely bad.
Lego's price has been going up and their piece count has been going down for a lot of their sets, which is just kind of disappointing. It's because they're just trying to fork as much money as they can out of everyone else. But
Yeah.
you know, they you know, they're a toy company, so.
They are. That's a good point. But yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we get into questions?
Shall we?
Well, I think we should. Yes.
I think so.
We actually got quite a few on YouTube this year. This year, no, this last episode.
So how does this work? Do you just look at them and tell us?
We got 100 comments on the last episode.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Granted, I'm pretty sure 30 of those were just between like Chris and Bridget.
Oh.
So
Probably. Yeah, Chris, I remember live. He was like putting his live reactions and stuff in the comments. So makes sense. But and we also got some questions on Instagram. So I'm making an effort to try to say their usernames. I always say them and then I forget the next time, and then I say them again. But whatever. Jay Nashiner says, "What projects do you have? Which projects do you have?" I can't read on. I am borderline dyslexic. What projects do you guys have planned over the summer? I mean,
Human
for
trafficking.
me-
Oh, sorry.
There you go. That's all the time. But let's see. For me this summer, right now I'm working on Lego Batman: The Wedding, and then after that, ideally, I'm going to do a Lego Cars parody, Cars 3
God.
parody, whenever that that comes out, and then after that, I think Alex and I were gonna start writing Lego Batman Ra's al Ghul, right? And then
yeah, or was that
and
Teen
then
Titans 2? I can't remember.
it's Ra's al Ghul. We couldn't really think of anything for Teen Titans.
Right.
And then hopefully for like August-ish, aiming for probably going to be Lego Batman versus the Mothman, and so that should be interesting. That's ideally, of course, and hopefully there might be some like little Trump parodies sprinkled in there as well, because I don't know what he's gonna screw up on between now and then, but you gotta stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah. What about you,
What about
Alex?
you, Alex?
What you got planned? Yeah.
Me and Mabby J, that's gonna be pretty much
Yeah.
for the next month. When I can, I'm gonna be working on that Thor trailer recreation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Aside from that, still working on. Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about anything else.
Ooh.
I've talked
Yeah.
about other stuff
Oh.
too much. So
Secretive.
I also am hopefully going to do a Lego, depending on when the trailer comes out. I want to do a Lego Pitch Perfect 3 trailer. So. It's gonna happen.
Be
The whole
great.
cast is gonna see it. It's gonna be great.
Yes,
That'd be great.
especially Anna Kendrick, who
Yes,
will be
of course.
yours forever.
Oh yes, you better believe it.
Yeah,
He's gonna
for
follow
the
me back
summer,
and slide into those DMs.
I've got some summer plans that no one cares about, but I'm gonna say anyways. I'm finishing up production on my film, hopefully, which is under the working title of Robin, and nothing else, just Robin. Now I know Jonathan's gonna enjoy seeing me in that tight Robin costume.
Oh, you better
I actually got a job as a summer photographer at a camp, which with some pretty good payment.
nice.
Pretty solid above minimum wage payment, which was not expected, but hey, I get to be at a camp and take pictures, and that's it, and get paid. And so that's my summer plan. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, there's storms here. I wonder if you can hear that. Whatever.
we actually
Anyway.
only have like 1 or 2 questions on YouTube. Sorry, I greatly overestimated. JG Perez asks, have you ever had an experience where you legitimately thought you would die? Yeah, I brought
Yes.
that up earlier.
I have to think about that. I actually don't know. You guys go first.
I have a really good one. Oh, you go.
I mean, this is kind of. I mean, it's not really. Think I would die, but like when I was, I'm a big boy. I'm 6'2", right? So like when I was like 12, 13, I would just get like these random pains, like all in my arms, and looking back on now, they were just growing pains. But I thought like I was having a stroke, right? And so I would always. Yeah, I was really scared. Like I thought I had some kind of deficiency or something.
Yeah.
And so but then they'd always pass, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not having a stroke then. So
Not today. No.
I have a really, I have like not a, alright, I don't know if this counts, but like just a really creepy story, which can kind of relate, I guess.
Yeah, go
This
for it.
actually recently happened. So,
Oh yeah.
I was, I think like 2 months ago. So I was on Skype, not Skype, Discord, because I'm superior to you infidels. I was on Discord, and I was watching the popular Netflix show Stranger Things with my good friend Josh Bourrier, who might actually be listening to this. And hi Josh. And basically this, I think it's like 12:50 a.m. Something like that. I think around 1 in the morning. And I'm in my basement, and that's where I watch films, and I just hear creaking above me. I just hear creaking on the floor above me, okay? And at first I thought it was part of the show, because, it was Stranger Things, it's creepy undertone, and the scene that was going on, it could have been footsteps or something, but I took my headphones off, and I just kept hearing creaking. Like, distinct creaking above me.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it was creepy as hell. So I started yelling up. I was like, "Mom, Shayna," it's my sister. I started just yelling that, like, "Are you guys there?" No response. And I keep hearing creaking, and so I'm like, "Okay, someone's in the fucking house. right? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Wait, was I not supposed to swear? I don't remember.
You
No,
said
go
that
for
like
it.
oh,
No one cares.
okay.
no one cares.
Okay, good. So if anyone's even listening at this point, so I was like, at first I was like, all right. Well, my phone was upstairs, so I couldn't call 911, and also just in case there wasn't somebody in the house, I wouldn't want to call 911 and wake everybody up and whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. So for my film, one of my film productions, actually the production's still going on. There's a character by the name of Arsenal / Red Arrow / Speedy. I think. Do you guys know? Are you familiar with this character?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have a bow and arrow, a real bow and arrow.
Oh.
That can legitimately.
There you go.
I did almost kill someone with it. That's a different story. But I was like, all right, dude, someone's in the house, and I keep hearing creaking. So I grab my bow and arrow, I load it up, and I slowly inch up my basement steps, and I just keep hearing creaking, right? And so one last time, I just call out, "Mom, Shada," nothing, and then I just hear this huge creak by my front door. All right, so I'm like, okay, all right, fuck this, and I just run up my basement steps, kick down the door, and I just hold my bow and arrow. If someone was there, I was about to shoot them in the face. I swear to God, and no one was there. There was nothing.
I wonder what it could have been then. Maybe
It's
just
probably
the house
just the
settling?
house settling. Yeah.
Both of my
Yeah.
doors were locked, and there was nothing. It was just
That's
no. But the
weird.
thing is, if it was my house, like my house creaks a lot. It's an older house, whatever. But this was just so distinct on the floor above me in different places at different times, and it sounded like footsteps. And like it's still one of the. And I went upstairs, and my mom and sister were both sleeping. It's still one of the creepiest like things that's ever happened to me. And I could have shot someone, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like a time where I thought I was legitimately going to die. Granted, like every time somebody rings the doorbell unexpectedly, I think I'm gonna die. So, you know, I don't know. I can't really think of like a distinct time. Like, there was one time when I was at this hotel in San Antonio where somebody like followed me almost back to my room. That was a bit weird.
What?
But I didn't die, so that was fine. I closed the elevator doors before he could like get in, so I was close. But then he followed me like down the hallway as well. So I don't know. It was kind of messed up.
I last September there was a football game at my school, and I live about like half a mile away, so I can just walk to and from. And so I was walking back home, and there's like this bike path, but it was like, you know, at 8 o'clock, and it was just like super dark, and I just kept hearing like stuff in the bushes, like, you know, rustling. And you know, looking back, it's probably like it was probably just like a bunch of squirrels or something. But I thought it could have been a bear, right?
Oh yeah, you're in Colorado, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen bears downtown before. So I actually had an experience one time when I was 6, where, you know, I kind of live in like a condo complex, right? And
Right.
so, you know, the floor below me, they have like a community area where you can throw out your garbage. And so I was doing that when I was 6, and I was walking down there, and I just see this bear just like walking out, covered in garbage, just walks right past me, and I was just frozen. And he just like walks up to the mountain, right, to the ski mountain.
How close do you think you were to it?
At least within 10 feet, for sure.
Man.
It was pretty nuts. And so what I did, like in retaliation, or not in retaliation, but just like, you know, to make sure it didn't like double back and try and eat me, there was like this little playhouse that was probably about 4 feet tall. And I decided to climb on top of that and like scale up this wall that I had that led up to my house.
Oh my God.
Nice.
And so yeah, I thought I was gonna die.
That's pretty impressive. There was one time, was this last year? It's probably last year, where I was downstairs like doing my homework or whatever at like 3 a.m. because that's when I, you know, reserve my homework for.
It's 3 a.m.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Good
Yeah,
schedule.
I sit. The chair I was sitting in was like right next to a window, you know, like outside,
Right.
and I swear, like I could hear like I usually listen to music or whatever when I'm doing my homework, and I take my music out for like whatever reason, and I swear I heard like footsteps like outside in the grass, like I heard like it was someone like on 2 legs, like not like an animal. I was like, so I got a little spooked, and so naturally, like the genius I am, I decided to knock on the window, and then the noise stopped immediately, and I didn't hear it, and so then I looked outside and nothing was there. So I have no idea what it could have been. Maybe it was, like, I don't know, like, why would someone just, like,
Whoa.
Okay, did you hear that?
Yeah, we heard
Yes,
that.
very.
Very
Yeah,
distinctly.
okay, that's gonna show up on the podcast anyway. Yeah, we're getting some storms rolling in. If I lose Wi-Fi here, that's why. But yeah. So I don't know what it could have been. I don't really know why anyone would be in my backyard and then not do anything in the first place. I don't know. Like maybe it was just my imagination or something.
You are pretty irresistible. I mean, you know.
That's a good point as well. It was probably. Maybe it was J.K. Rowling trying to get in or something. Oh yeah, there was another time I genuinely thought I heard my garage door open. Like when I was like in my house, like late at night, I was like, oh, but apparently not because nothing happened. So
Yeah.
it was spooky though.
Straight up
Tell you
creepy
what.
stories, I guess. Alex, anybody else have any creepy stories? Because that's an interesting.
Creepy stories.
Nothing I
think it's
know
what
of.
this-
Not off the top of my head.
None that come to mind.
I'm sure I've got some. Like,
I-
I just can't. I'm not naming them right.
I've
'cause I
had
can't think
I've
of
had
them.
dreams about stuff and then they actually happen.
Oh
yeah, that's weird.
Kind of deja vu kind of thing.
It's freaking weird. I mean, the other the other day. No, sorry, not the other day. What the hell? What am I saying? 2 years ago. About only a day goes by. I had a dream that one of my best friends, James, who actually might also be listening to this, he was on his bike, he hit a rock, flipped off, and broke his arm, and that happened 2 weeks later. And stuff like that has happened before, and it's kind of like, you know, if I have a dream about the world exploding, I'm just like, whoa. Yeah.
I've had like kind of scary dreams like that where I've died. I recently had a dream not too long ago where I was riding with Adele, right? Like she was driving, and then I was in the back seat for whatever reason, and I was sitting behind the passenger seat, and like we were just talking like it was normal and stuff, and then like all of a sudden some guy like like who was sitting in the passenger seat like revealed himself, and he had like a knife and stuff, and he was threatening to hijack the car. So I opened my door and like jumped out into the moving traffic, and then I woke up and I was like, I don't know what that was, but
Oh my god, it's just the most logical decision. Just jump into open
I
traffic.
don't know what happened.
Excellent.
I apparently, I woke up, I was like, no, that's another dream. I had this really, speaking of dreams, I had this really weird dream. I may have said this on the show before, because I feel like I've explained this. I explained this to a few people, but it was like, this is probably about a month ago, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like me in class, you know, like everything was normal. It was like a normal day, but for some reason I knew it was a dream. Like, I knew that I was asleep, so I was like, okay, I'm going to try to wake up, because, like, it's a weird feeling to know you're in a dream, you know?
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to try to wake up. So after a few attempts, I did wake up, but then when I woke up from that, it was like, I woke up in my bed, and then I went about my normal day like it was, like, in the morning. And then, like, halfway through that, I realized that I was in another dream.
Yep.
And so I had woken up, but I was still in a dream. And
Yep.
so I started getting really freaked out. And I started trying to get out of that dream, but like I felt like I couldn't, and so it was really tripping me out. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but then after a little bit, I finally woke up from that. But I was like freaking out. It kind of shook me.
I've
But,
had that before when you think you're in a dream and you wake up and then you're in another dream and it's a
Yeah,
dream
it's
within a
weird,
dream
isn't it?
within a dream within a
Messes
dream
you up.
Inception. Yes.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'll just dream conversations could go on for hours, so I'll just add like one more quick thing. I remember I had this dream where I was just in my bed and I just hear this weird noise from the hallway, and so I get up and for some reason, I don't know why, okay? Oh, no, wait, no, I do know why, never mind. I grabbed my survival knife, you know, because I'm an edgy teenager,
Yeah.
and I just had this pocket knife, because you know, why not?
Just in case.
I grabbed it, and I opened my door, and there's just this giant demon creature, I don't know, something dumb, right? And I wake up, and I'm standing in my doorway with my knife in real life.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
weird.
I used to sleepwalk.
You used to sleepwalk?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, how
I
specifically?
slept yeah.
Like I'd go downstairs and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
into my
scary.
kitchen.
I actually, I did that recently. Not recently. I say that, it was like a year ago. Where like apparently I was having a dream where like in the dream I was like trapped somewhere, so I was trying to escape from like whatever walls were keeping me in. So I was like, I remember in my dream like clawing at the wall and stuff, trying to get out and like screaming. And then like in real life, apparently I was like clawing at the blinds, like at the window downstairs.
What the
Meaning I
fuck?
had walked all the way downstairs in my sleep and started to escape through the closed window
Oh
by
my
like
god.
like clawing at the blinds and stuff. And my dad had to wake me up. It was so weird.
So many people have hurt themselves sleepwalking. It's scary to think like you could
I
just
know.
pull out
Do
a
you think
knife.
Do you think anyone's like killed somebody in their sleep?
Yes, they have, and actually, a guy once murdered his daughter and wife in a sleepwalk, and they couldn't prosecute him because it was on,
Dude,
yeah,
how could
and
you
it's
live
horrible.
with yourself after
exactly,
that? Oh my
exactly. That's what
God.
I'm thinking. Like, it's horrible.
Oh, that's so horrible.
Yeah,
Oh my God, sleepwalking is such a weird thing.
yeah. It doesn't
Like,
happen
why
that
does that
often.
happen? No.
That's just weird, though. That the fact that you went downstairs and I mean, can you imagine
I know.
like one misstep, you slip down your stairs and you split your head open? Like it's scary.
I know. Anything could have happened. You just wouldn't have even known because you were asleep. And
Yeah,
the person that does my mom's hair, apparently, I don't know why I know the story, but she was talking about how she apparently slept. She got up. She was like sleepwalking, but she got in her car and drove away.
What?
And
Oh my.
her son didn't know where she was.
Oh
Like,
my
he
God.
woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't find her. Like her car wasn't there. And then like she came back, and she like just pulled up in her car and like walked in, and she was still like sleepwalking. Like she was still like what you would consider to be asleep, I guess. And she doesn't have any memory of it. But
That's straight
her
up
son
supernatural.
told her.
That's. I mean, to drive and not hit
That's
another
some-
car and not. That's weird.
That's some demons. She could have just gone around the block or something. But like that's weird. Like I don't know. Like that's. Again, even if maybe it's not even true. Like she could have just been. telling this kid-
That sounds like a little, just a little
She
extreme.
could have been exaggerating. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm hearing this from my mom, who heard it from her, who heard it from her son.
Hairdresser.
So
Yeah.
it's probably not the most reliable source of information, but still.
Yeah,
Figured it was
dreamwalking's creepy. I just
related.
can't imagine hurting yourself or hurting someone else and then having to live with that. Like that's crazy.
Oh, it's so messed up.
Anyways,
Or hurting yourself tw Yeah, I never thought of that. But anyway,
another question.
on to more questions.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have to. I have to like filter through all the meme comments.
Yeah, I
to find
know,
something
that's-
good. You know, it's difficult.
Here, do you want me to go through them too, just to see if I can?
Oh, here we go. From Baggles for Real, would you rather have taste buds on your butthole or poop through your mouth?
Oh my God. Isn't that a South Park
essentially-
episode?
Maybe.
Human
I-
Sentai
but
pad?
essentially-
No.
I've
Where
seen that.
they figure out that the most natural way to eat is to shove the food up your ass and shit out your mouth.
Yeah,
It's
that
kind
is
of
an
like along that,
episode.
but
Yeah,
but I don't know
I-
because you think about it, it's kind of the same thing. Like you'd still be tasting it.
Taste
Right?
bud. The thing about taste buds on your butt is that like it just be constant, you know?
Oh
That's
God,
true.
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'd rather poop out my mouth.
Would you?
Would that mean you eat through your butt then?
No,
Not-
I
not
mean,
necessarily.
I'd assume you just have the same functions. You
I
would.
guess so.
If
It would
you
just
had,
like go.
yeah.
It'd go in
You'd
and
just
then
be
come
like a
back
little-
out.
You just be like a
Do a
little
little
bird.
loop de loop.
Yeah,
That's-
loop de loop. You
Uh,
do the loop de loop and roll. And your digestive system
Hey,
is
shoes
looking
are looking cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah,
have
so
a,
you're
I have a
welcome.
question along similar lines. Would you rather have pubic hair around your pubic hair in your mouth or teeth around your dick?
Ooh.
Probably the former.
The former,
whatever.
because you can shave it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's.
And then it just looked like a mustache anyway, you know.
Ew.
Who cares?
You know how gross pubes are coming out of your mouth.
Well, you just
Like,
gotta keep them
ugh.
trimmed, you know.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Keep it nice and trimmed, nice and slick.
Next question.
Moving swiftly along. Donovan asks, Alex, do you have any friends at school?
Nope. Next
I
question.
don't think so. Most favorite Brooke filmer? Lego Productions 1 asks that.
Akash Lego
Pants,
Productions.
Akash Lego Productions, yeah. No, I'm kidding. Forrest, probably.
Yeah.
Forrest.
The
Did you say
Brick
Ketchum,
Show.
Alex?
Pants. I said fancy pants.
Oh, Fancy Pants, yeah. Oh, I forgot he's good.
I'd have to say Aubrey Studios 82.
Aww.
Oh.
Whee. Next.
No homo, bro. No, very homo. We're all about the homo here.
Of course we are.
Isn't that right, Alex?
Oh, maximum homo.
Here in
Maximum
Guam.
homo.
We haven't even
That'd
mentioned
be good.
Guam yet this episode.
That was my old band name, Maximum Homo.
Oh,
Like
that's nice.
Accident
Back in the
homo.
Maximum Homo. Alright, what is this? Okay, Ben Mir TV asks, are goth girls appealing?
Yes.
It depends. I mean, you
Yes.
gotta not the really cringy goth girl like that you'd see in a cringe comp, you know.
That's true.
But maybe if they were like tame with. I don't know. What do you think,
It's a
Alex?
spectrum.
It is a
Spectrum.
spectrum.
It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum of attractiveness, I guess.
Raven's pretty
Yeah.
hot.
Who?
Raven.
It
For Teen
depends on the
Titans.
depiction.
That's true. Not Teen Titans Go.
I was about to say Teen Titans Go.
No, I like that one the most because she's a brony. in that one,
Oh
right?
no! Stop.
Is she actually?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. She watches like a
I've
pony
never seen
show.
the show.
Actually, the person who voices Raven is a close family friend of mine.
Yeah,
Tara
it's Tara Strong.
Yeah, I see her a lot. She's really nice.
Wait,
That's so
Tara
cool.
does Raven?
Yeah, she also does Timmy Turner and.
Oh yeah, she does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I
She's
didn't
a
know
close
she did
family
Raven
friend.
though.
She's really cool.
Interesting.
How do you guys know her?
Interesting.
She is my bitch of an aunt's best friend.
Damn. Christ.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though. At least she introduced you to Tara Strong.
Yeah, it's great.
I'd say it's pretty cool.
And that's actually pretty funny that Tara Strong voices Raven because like she also voices some characters on My Little Pony. So
No,
it's
she
kinda
does.
like-
Yeah, she
That's
does,
that's
doesn't she?
kind of the meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
I met
Interesting.
Mark Hamill once too. That was cool.
Ooh,
Ooh, neato.
that'd be so awesome. Honestly, I can't think of any. The only celebrity I can think of that I've met Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch
Yes.
in Branson, Missouri one time.
Oh, I also met Kevin Conroy. Do you guys know Kevin Conroy is?
Yeah.
Not as good as Greg Brady, but yeah. Okay.
That's good as good.
You're right. I can't beat that.
No, you can't.
Oh, and Stan Lee. Technically,
You met Stan Lee?
I was at his last Canadian panel. I didn't get to talk to him, but I was at his panel.
There was a spotlight on him on at Denver Comic Con last year,
Oh.
so that was neat.
Ooh.
He's like 94
I'm
now.
really disappointed
Oh, yeah.
I didn't go to the. We had a Fort Worth Comic Con not too long, a couple years ago, and Carrie Fisher was there.
Oh.
Oh,
She's-
I would've
Carrie Fisher
definitely
was
gone.
supposed to come to Denver Comic Con last year, but she canceled.
Yeah, you could visit her this year. Oh, wait.
Yeah, she.
No, yeah, she's dead.
You could go visit her, grave. I guess, if you want. I mean,
Is that open
wait,
to
was
the
she
public?
cremated?
I don't know.
Maybe it's open to me.
Like Darth Vader, probably, just like cremated. Yeah.
Yeah, you could've.
Wow. All right, I think we should stop before we cross a few other lines.
That's fine. Okay, Tie Fly Productions. What are your thoughts on Kathy Griffin's situation? We already talked
We
about
already
it.
talked about that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ty always has the best questions.
Yeah, he got some good stuff. Noodle Studios official. What show have you watched that was very controversial? A controversial show? I don't know.
South Park, I guess. Yeah.
South Park's
always
pretty- yeah,
pretty
pretty out there.
controversial.
Pretty edgy, bro.
There was one I was
TV
watching.
shows.
Yeah. Teen Titans Go.
There you go. It was pretty controversial. I mean, it's controversial.
Family Guy
mostly.
tries to be controversial, but they just really.
They're
random.
not anymore.
They're random equals funny, so it's like not really.
They used to be good, like back, kind of like The Simpsons used to be good.
Yeah, they
but-
started out good.
I actually quite liked The Simpsons up to like season 10. The show actually had heart.
You watched 10 seasons of The Simpsons? Jesus Christ.
I haven't watched no, I just usually people say that it got bad after the 10th season. I don't know if
okay.
that's true or not, but
You sheep.
I don't know. That's like, because I remember Conan O'Brien used to be a writer for them, and then
Oh yeah.
that's when it got bad, I guess, after he left. I don't know. I can't really think of any like really controversial stuff just in general.
I mean, recently I saw a clip of All in the Family, where they, because it was a show like in the 70s, right? 70s, 80s? Yeah, 70s. They said the N-word on that show a few times.
Whoa.
There was
Which
like
show?
an episode, All in the Family, I think.
Oh,
There was an episode where like there was one black girl or a black student in school, and someone wrote on her locker like "Go away, N-word," right?
yeah.
It was pretty, pretty nuts by today's standards.
Oh wait, actually,
Yeah,
I
when
just remembered
was
one.
that?
Well, here's the thing: if he's
70s.
acting controversial in terms of the content of the show, or the fact that the show was controversial to everyone around it, like, do people consider the show controversial just because it's controversial, not necessarily because of the material of it? I'm wondering what the. Anyways, I'd say 13 Reasons Why for sure. That was a very
Oh yeah,
controversial.
13
Oh,
Reasons Why
yeah,
is
yeah.
dumb. That's a dumb show.
Yeah, I hated
It
it.
is controversial though. There's been a lot of debate around it.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
So,
that's
yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
It's controversial in terms of content because it's
Right.
it's trying to convey a message about a lot of millennials that adults should know, but that I don't think they executed it very well because they had adult writers, and the only way to really convey what they were trying to convey was to get a teen to write the show, which would have been disastrous. But anyways,
Oh god.
yeah,
Can you imagine that?
that would have been great. Yeah, but that's a pretty
That would be
controversial
great. They
show.
should have just done that and just see what happens.
That's a pretty controversial
What do I
show.
find with that? Tie Fly Productions. Have you ever considered quitting YouTube?
Yes, I did. I used to run a small Minecraft channel called Zeldcraft Productions.
Oh, did you actually?
And I had 2,000 subscribers and I quit. Cause
Oh,
high
I
school.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't know that. It was pretty horrible. I'm not gonna lie.
What about you, Alex?
Never. I don't think
I've
I'm
never-
ever.
yeah.
I'm never going to quit forever.
Right.
Right.
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
really
take
have a-
breaks.
Yeah,
I'm always
I don't
gonna
really
upload.
have a reason to. It's like, why would you just? I don't know. I mean, if I ever quit YouTube, it wouldn't be deliberate. It'd just be like over time, I'd kind of either lose interest or become busy with other stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Never really thought about doing it deliberately. Let's see. Oh, talk about Lego Rhino 57. Talk about Derv's channel being deleted. This is just what me and Alex
Oh,
were talking about
Ooh,
before
right.
we started
boy.
recording.
Yeah.
There is a god.
That's what he tweeted. That's what Derv tweeted out. It was great.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so happy. I am
Yeah,
so
same.
happy.
It needed to happen.
Yeah.
It was only a matter
And
of time.
apparently, according to him, his channel didn't even get shut down for like the gift card giveaways, which he probably didn't do, or the clickbaity, misleading titles and thumbnails. He got taken down for 3 strikes from the community guidelines on the on violence, apparently, and apparently the violence was pretty trivial stuff like kids throwing snowballs at cars and just like fights that kids have, like when they're just messing
kinda-
around.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't
It's not
care
really what I've. Yeah.
as long as it's gone.
That's
Not really
that's
what I
He'll
would've
get
expected
it
from
back though. He'll get it back though. He had a channel of 1.4 million subs. He's got a what's it called, an MCN, multi-channel network. So he's probably
There were
already on
There were
it.
other YouTubers I saw that he retweeted that said they were gonna work to bring his channel back. So
Oh
we'll see how
god.
that goes. I'm sure he's back by the next, or by the time this episode goes up. I'm sure.
His titles were so bad. One of them was like, "My mom had sex with me when I was 12." Like, come on.
What?
Yeah. And it was a thumbnail of him and his mom with both sad faces, and the title was "My mom had sex with me when I was 12," and the video had nothing to do with it whatsoever, obviously.
I'm sure
So,
it didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he like knows what he's doing. Like he knows
Nope.
he's just like. I feel like he has to. Like
Eh.
it's clickbait and stuff, misleading kids and stuff.
I'm sure. Oh no, I'm sure he knows the algorithm. I have no doubt
Yeah,
about
totally.
that. But yeah. Remember when I Hate Everything got deleted last year?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
He woke
And
up.
then
Yeah.
just recently he also couldn't get into his channel
get into
for
his
like
channel.
a couple weeks.
I love I Hate Everything. I think he's probably my favorite YouTube channel. He's
He's
just
such
so-
a good guy as well. He's really.
I
nice.
can't believe you got him to voice act for you.
Neither can I, honestly.
Yeah, now I tell my friends I was in a project with I Hate Everything. Aha!
Yeah, you were.
Aha! Aha!
That is true.
Ha.
But no, he's great to work with. It was kind of hard getting in contact with him, as evident
Yeah.
by, I think we've talked about it multiple times on the show. But luckily, what I had to do is I had to reach out to his friend Ruben in the DM because he's got his DMs open. And I was like, hey, can you
love
talk
Ruben.
to Alex about replying to my email? He's like, oh yeah, sure. So it
that's
works.
awesome. Wow.
Apparently, it's just a matter of getting through to him. It wasn't really that he wouldn't do it. So
Do you
That
listen
was
to
good.
Jar Media? Because I do. The
I do.
podcasts.
I love
yeah,
Jar Media.
They're great. They're great.
it's so great. It's just. I like how it's just like 4 guys just having a conversation about whatever. It's just
Yeah, that's
good
kind of like this
background noise.
podcast. I mean, it's less
Pretty-
people,
yeah.
but it's
Kind of.
You know,
And we're not British, unfortunately.
that's true. We don't have that appeal. I'm Canadian, so
Wait.
that adds nope. it
That
doesn't
maybe
add
that
anything.
counts. Yeah,
Nope, not redeemable.
we're
at
getting
all.
a bit more diverse.
I guess so. You know.
We've had a woman, we've had a Canadian. We're going places.
Look at us.
Oh,
We are
and a
so
Jew,
good.
and a Jew, not to mention.
Ooh, it's a twofer.
Heyo.
You should just put that in the
Look at
title,
us.
Canadian Jew podcast.
Canadian
Clicks.
Jewcast. There you go.
Any more
Uh,
questions?
Logan Dolkin, thoughts about Lego Chima?
Don't
Ew.
It
care.
was a failure, and it's not relevant
It
anymore.
was a failed attempt. It was an attempt at recreating the success of Ninjago, and it was pretty moderate, if I'm correct.
Appealing to furries.
But I
Didn't work
think they're
very well.
done.
Yeah.
I loved that one. The one Chima set that I actually kind of liked that I never got, unfortunately, was the alligator like boat thing. Do you remember that?
I think I
Never
have that
saw
one.
it.
That's the only set I have. Yeah.
There's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Because I wanted to get that and like use it as like Killer Croc's like ship or something for an
Yeah.
episode, but I thought that'd be cool, but never did.
I mean, Chima is just like furries Lego. So
Essentially, yeah.
Yep.
One way to put it. Let's see. Brick Mastery Studios asks, talk about the SpongeBob chicken meme.
I hate it.
oh God,
I
it's
kinda
so
hate
bad.
it. That one got
Ah.
old really fast.
Yeah.
Dude, for a senior prank at this one high school in my district, like they drew like a giant one like on the side of the school.
Ah.
Like, why?
Really?
It's not even stop. Yeah, it's like it's
At least
already
do a swastika
dated.
or something interesting. Like, come on.
Yeah, something good. Come on, branch out a little bit. It's stupid. But I will say it's. I think it's not as bad as the memes we were getting last year.
That's
Remember
true.
was
Harambe.
that boy and a sponge gar, or primitive sponge.
Primitive sponge.
Don't get me wrong. But
You need to brush up on your meme history.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
Behind the meme.
I'm not as
I
much.
hate
of a meme
behind the
historian.
meme.
I know.
God. He's just so bland.
I know.
He's
I enjoy me a good internet historian though. He does a lot of
Yeah.
not meme videos, but videos about like 4chan and Reddit and Tumblr and stuff. It's
The
hilarious.
meme reviewer is kind of funny too.
Oh, of course, Anthony Fantano.
Yeah, I
Hey.
like him. He's funny.
Anthony Miliano.
Listano.
I was just watching that Manchester the Manchester concert, and there's this one guy behind Katy Perry that looked exactly like Anthony Fantano. And I
Yeah,
tweeted
you
about
tweeted it at him.
Oh.
Like, while we were in a call.
it. Yes, and I found it quite amusing.
I hope he sees that. That'd be.
Would you
great.
put Anthony Fantano's head inside my ass? Yeah, his whole intro. Yeah.
He's a good man. If you had to kill either Alex or Akash, who would you rather kill?
Oh God.
Kill
This is
myself.
such a hard
and-
decision.
Do I
And
have to
my
pick one?
and my
Like,
misery.
Um,
Yeah.
And my misery.
You know what? Let's just kill two birds with one stone. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly.
Oh,
Maybe I could pull a Deadpool, like where he shot the bullet through like 3 people's heads at the same time.
that's true, but then we just did committed double murder. But on the bright side,
That's why you
Jonathan,
gotta flee the country.
we can run away
I'm
together
coming to
like we've
Canada.
always talked about.
Exactly. Actually, no. We'll work at the cartels in Mexico.
No, you can come to Canada, dude. Well, they'll get you off. It's okay.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Trudeau sounds like a nice guy.
We do have better university and medical care here. No, okay, medical care is debatable, but yeah,
Yeah.
It's free.
It's true.
it's free.
Well, it's free, so
Yeah.
something to be said for that, I guess. Thanks, Lego Elephant Studios, for that delicious question. PJ Lego Motion has asked this multiple times, so I'm just gonna go and answer it. He's saying, "How long do you think it'll be before y'all quit this podcast?" I don't
Few
know.
weeks.
Why are you guys so pessimistic?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
me.
saying. This is all he's asked. I don't even. He probably doesn't even watch our stuff, honestly. That surprised me. But I don't know. I mean, I don't really. We're just doing this for fun, really. I mean, the
Stop
only reason
being
I could see us-
mean. Yeah.
The only reason I could see us like quit entirely would be if our viewership just like went off a cliff.
If
like even
nobody cared, then we
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
if our viewers like if it got into like the double digits of like our views, then we probably stop.
Yeah.
But right now, if there are people listening, okay, sure, we'll see where this takes us. It's only like a couple hours out of
If
each
you're
week.
still listening, comment. What should they comment?
Kafifi.
Kafifi. Comment Kafifi if you're still listening.
There you go. Had to get that little meme in there. British Profanity asks, "Have you ever been in a fight?" Nope.
Nope.
I'm 5'5", and I just recently became 5'5", so I don't think I would not last very long in a fight.
I'm 5'11", and the worst thing I've done is kill a dog.
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
I was 8, and it was an accident. Okay.
Wait, did you actually?
Indulge us.
All right. Okay, this is bad. Oh my god, I'm gonna
Oh my
get so
God.
much hate. Okay, so basically, oh god. Okay,
Bro,
I
that's
really
fine,
just I
stop.
just opened a can of worms here. So
You can't go back now.
I was 8
Yeah.
years old, and I was in a family friend's apartment playing with their small chihuahua. I think it was a chihuahua,
Oh.
like a really small dog, right?
Oh, no.
And now here's
At
the
least it's a
thing.
chihuahua.
This apartment was 8 stories up from the ground.
Oh,
And,
no.
the
Oh,
dog-
I thought you were just gonna be like Man of Steel, snap its neck. But
Oh my god, no, the dog.
That might
the
be
dog
worse,
was-
actually.
The dog was running and jumping around, and it was like clawing at the window to the balcony, and I was like, I'm a dumb 8-year-old, like, okay, let's just let the dog out and have some fun. It started jumping around, and the jump to the edge of the thing, and I was like, okay, that dog is gonna fall, I better catch it. And in my effort trying to grab it with my hands, I accidentally pushed it off, and it fell
Ooh.
8 stories.
Oh, no.
And I looked at its eyes as it fell and whimpered, and it just splattered all over the ground, and I've been scarred ever since.
No.
We didn't-
God, it's horrible.
We didn't talk to that family for years, man. Oh
That
my
is
god.
absolutely horrible.
I
Oh
know.
my God.
I'm such a horrible person. I still
No,
can't.
it's not. I mean, oh man, no. I just meant like, oh man, I would be entirely scarred.
I
if
was
that
crying for 4 hours.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I mean, then again, at least it's a chihuahua. It doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah, dogs don't matter.
Worthless piece of trash. Glorified rat.
I should
Get
have just
it
jumped
outta
off
here.
with it.
Chihuahuas
Yeah.
live in Canada.
That's a really good
That's a
question.
good question.
Actually.
There are actually a lot of dogs in Canada.
You,
I
pro-
think,
you
but-
probably just like improved its life. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Maybe
God.
you put it out of its misery.
But could you imagine having to be a janitor and just scraping a dead dog off the sidewalk? Like, come on.
What happened? What was the procedure after that? Like, what did you? What did
I
you
was-
do?
I was crying a lot, and everything else is a blur because I think my parents like had to explain to the family, and the family got really mad, and we had to leave, and it was really bad.
I don't know what I would have done, honestly. I would have just jumped off with him. Like, well, my life's
I'll
over.
die.
I'll save
Yes,
you.
I'll die.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how I'd solve it.
I'm
But,
so sorry.
Quite the story there. My God.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah. Let's see. Moster Movies official. Just put emoji movie? Question mark. We discussed the
Yes.
emoji movie last time. We're gonna get into greater detail once the second trailer comes out, and again once the movie comes out. I cannot wait. Counting down the days. It's coming up.
Did you watch the frame-by-frame analysis by Jack's Films?
I saw that. I saw like 5 minutes of that.
Yeah, I
Great.
saw 5 minutes, and at first I was like, all right, for the meme, and then I was like, no, I'm not wasting an hour of my life for the meme.
I was actually thinking about listening to it, like
Yeah.
just while I'm animating. Like,
Right.
Okay, put it on. But I still might do that. But Aubrey Studios fan page asks,
Ooh.
how do you deal with hate? Either
He
you
cries
don't
on my
dumb.
shoulder.
care, or you just either you troll them or you don't care. That's what I
Yeah.
do.
Or you cry on my shoulder.
And that's there you go. And I'm assuming that means like internet hate, like people hating on your stuff.
The thing is, do
Not
you even get a
constructive
lot of hate?
criticism.
I mean,
I used to, but I used to be criticized as like a forest fire copier. I don't really get that anymore.
right.
But like back then, I used to get really offended when I got stuff like that. But then I started to not care because I just got it so much, and I was like, whatever.
Here's the thing. I mean,
and,
if you read your comment sections for your like
Dude, my
videos,
comment sections are cancer.
they're pretty bad. Like,
can't-
I
well,
remember
it's
reading through
any-
Justice League versus Avengers comments because I was in it,
Dude,
and
God.
God, people got mad at you portraying Hawkeye's cool. Why would you do that? Like, stuff
Yeah,
like
people
that.
got mad at that more than like the,
Batman killing
like-
people. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like Batman murdered 3 cats with an axe in Lego Batman Time Travel. Nobody cared, but they care whether or not I portray Hawkeye in the way they want me to. It's
Yeah,
like, okay.
but that's just stupid hate. You don't really care about that. That's
Yeah,
like-
no, I don't care. Well, whatever. It's just kids, ranting on the internet. I think I used to get like when people like put hate comments and stuff. I used to feel like really upset about it, but now like I love hate comments. Like I think they can be pretty hilarious,
You just embrace
especially
them.
when they're like
Yeah.
the more illiterate, the better. I think, but
Yeah.
I think it's great. So I don't know.
Alex,
Kind
were
of
you trying to say
depends.
something? I'm sorry. I thought I cut you off.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Aubrey Studios fan page. Your worst brick film. I think I've said this before. No, actually, my worst brick film. I don't know, probably one of the early ones.
I made Darth Vader
Maybe-
fight Indiana Jones. That was pretty bad.
That's not pretty good. Pretty cool. Maybe I did like a video called Lego Batman Robin's Death, I think, or Robin Dies, something like that, like a couple years ago. That was just remarkably horrible.
I don't remember. I don't.
I may
if
have
saw that.
privatized it actually. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I don't remember if I saw that one or not. Alex, what about you? What's your worst brick film?
Lego Zombie Apocalypse interactive game.
I remember that.
That's technically my first stop motion animation.
Oof. Yeah.
I remember it.
Got 50,000 views though.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, one of my really early ones got like a ton of views too. It was like the General Grievous one. I think it was just because of the thumbnail, but like that's like past 1 million, I think. Let me check.
You
And it's
get a lot of good
horrible. It is
views on some of your
absolutely
videos. Like your Just League vs Avengers is what 1.7 I think now million.
I think so, yeah.
That's crazy.
Which I'm kind of glad because like I put a lot of work into
No,
that.
oh,
one,
I
but-
can't imagine how long that must have taken a 50-minute stop motion. That's like
dude, it was like how long do you think it was, Alex? When did we start writing it?
April.
I think we
said
started in April, and then
It took us a month to
couple-
write. It was like a 60 something page script that we cut down a lot.
good.
Yeah.
And then
I'm trying
it took
to-
you 3-4 months at least.
Yeah,
I
I remember.
remember just
I made a
waiting
tweet
for
about
it.
it. Let me see if I can find it.
I
Like,
remember,
where put,
I
like,
remember
the-
waiting for it because I did the lines, and the actual thing came out like 4 months later.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's better that you take more time because quality over quantity.
I think total it was
Unless you're
probably.
doing me and Mabba J.
Well, yeah, that's different. But I think it was probably 5.5 months of animation. I would say
Jesus.
because I worked on it, but like it wasn't consistent. Like I did Suicide Squad and I did the debate like in between that.
Right.
And but like total, I guess, and then like it was in pre-production for probably over a year technically, right, Alex? Like we were
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
planning it for quite a while, coming up with a synopsis. and
Isn't
stuff.
your Suicide Squad have like 5.2 million views or something? Like
I
a
think
lot.
yeah, something
That's
like that. I
your
don't.
most popular, right?
Yeah,
that is my
that's
most
crazy.
popular, and I just did that like on the spur of the moment, like whatever. I'll just do.
That
it
was
for
actually a
some
really
fun.
funny one. I really enjoyed that
Oh,
one.
thank you. A lot of people didn't like the mild racism we did with El Diablo and stuff, but I quite liked it.
I thought it was funny with Katana. Kutashi Yamaka.
She's literally cursing in Korean, and we used it anyway.
Oh really?
I had Korean people in the comments like, "Oh, she's like saying some really bad stuff." I'm like, oh, whatever.
That's great.
I don't care. It's fine. But yeah, I think that one came out pretty good. I think, especially the time. We wrote that in like a day, didn't we, Alex?
Oh yeah, very quickly.
It was like before we even saw the movie as well.
Yeah.
If
Kinda
it
I
guess.
think, didn't you release it like the day of that the movie came out?
I did, yeah, that or the day before. And I remember doing that in between summer school and stuff too. So I'm kind of surprised I got it out at the time I did, but it was pretty short. So
If it means anything, the film I'm trying to do has been in pre-production for like a year. Yeah, and
yeah, it's true. Well, you're putting in a lot of time.
you have no
production
idea,
value
dude.
into it, so.
But school is really hard, so it like takes most of my time. School.
Yeah. Well, you're almost out, so it'll be fine.
I'm just surprised I was even able to find actors that would volunteer themselves without me paying them. Like, it's
Right.
crazy.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
It's a plus.
Any other questions?
What?
Any other questions we got?
Yeah, we got some stuff.
Alright.
Most shocking or horrific moment in any show or movie.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
I saw a live leak of some guy getting shotgunned in the face.
Well, that's
I
live
saw-
leak though.
Oh, that's true. Or that
I've seen a
video
lot of
that
stuff
Jonathan and I have both seen of a horse fucking a guy to death.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Hands, love that's
Mr. Hand. I
classic.
showed that to Alex not too long ago.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
In terms of most shocking moment in a show or TV,
Does it count if it was like not scary, but when you were a child it was really scary?
if
Maybe
that's
maybe
the
he means like most
yeah.
shocking to you, I guess.
Yeah, not specifically shocking in terms of content, but shocking to you.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I know what it is. Probably What I Hate Everything actually mentioned in his childhood trauma video. The
E.T.
Pingu thing with
Oh.
the giant like seal. Do you remember that, Alex?
Yeah.
The walrus. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, that was terrifying. That still scares me to this day.
I'm trying to
scarred.
think. I can't remember. All I remember
Nothing
is there was
compares.
one episode of Phineas and Ferb that made me cry.
What was it?
I don't know, and I don't remember.
You blocked it out.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think of. But in terms of actual just shocking, horrific media that I've seen, the thing is, I suck with horror movies because I'm a pretty pacifistic guy, kind of a pussy, so I don't really watch horror movies. So the only horror movie I've seen is Unfriended. You guys know Unfriended?
Yeah, I know.
Yes. The
God,
guy
that was
sticks his
bad.
hand in the blender.
Yeah, that was just
yeah.
bad.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe Human Centipede counts. A little bit.
Probably.
But I can't think of like one moment from that was that shocking. Like I mean, all of it is just disturbing. So
I think as a kid, Darth Vader scared me a lot. Just being Darth
Really?
Vader. Because I saw he was able to choke people to death with the Force. So I was like, oh god, can people choke me to death? All right, just in case you couldn't tell, I was a very impressionable child. Maybe you were able to
it
tell
sounds like it.
from the beginning of this podcast.
Well, most kids are.
But
I was pretty scared of the witch from, I think it was Snow White. You know?
Really? That's-
Yeah, the one that's like hunched over and gross and stuff.
she is kind of.
oh, the one that gives like
Have an apple, sweetie.
that one.
Yeah, that one.
The Wicked Witch of the West was kind of weird, but she was just great.
She scared me too. The flying monkeys.
Yeah.
scared me.
No,
so much. Oh
that
my
was
God.
it. The flying monkeys. Like
That freaked me out. It still freaked me. I can't watch that. Ugh. Ah.
I can't give a straight answer to this question honestly because I can't really call upon anything. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
there's
maybe
just
the
multiple
Joker.
things.
The Joker kind of scared me as a kid because I didn't like the idea of clowns being scary. And I remember watching like the 1989 Burton Batman, which was kind of dark, and also from the animated series, the Joker was kind of spooky. I don't know. I can't really answer this question because I can't. Nothing really stands out in
There's
my
just a
mind.
lot of stuff.
Shocking or horrifying? I know. I just gotta look at my anime list because like there's plenty of stuff there. Yeah. Anyway,
At least he didn't make an anime intro.
All right.
there's this. I mean, in Game of Thrones, there's this one part where this one guy literally crushed a guy's head to death in his hands. So that was pretty cool.
Ooh.
I don't know. Gore doesn't scare me that much. Because I watch The Walking Dead, so which is not the best show, let me tell you. But the gore is just so over glorified that it doesn't really affect me. So I don't know.
I think that's just for everybody.
I guess in terms of like shocking for me.
Yeah.
I just tweeted about this, but like there's this part in Attack on Titan season 2. It's spoiler. But there's this one guy that's like, he just kind of like casually drops how he's like this big antagonist from the first season.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people expected it because there was visual similarities, but I had no idea that like his friend was another guy. So that was pretty shocking to me. And there were some cool fights. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, still.
Moving on.
Johnny asks,
Ooh.
when will you have a Kosh on?
Never.
I'd have him on if you want. I've thought about getting the whole the squad back together for an episode of Blockheads, the squad cast.
Yeah, but having podcasts with
You do it for
more
that?
than like with a lot of
It'd be
people can get
great.
chaotic.
It'd be great. I think it'd be interesting.
It'd be something.
I bet they do.
Definitely
I
something.
can see Jeremy and Austin getting behind that. It'd just be a challenge trying to find a time where all 5 of us could record is the thing. But I'd
summer's
like to
coming
do a
up.
little reunion. It'd be nice. What is the Johnny also asks, what is the outro song you use? Alex, do you know? I have no idea.
It's called
Darude Sandstorm.
let me see. It's called like Vlog Music 5.
Yeah, you just search for like Casey Neistat
it's
music, right?
It's on a compilation video.
Blockheads the anime.
Yeah.
Here,
there you
it's
go.
it's either called, I think it's called 23 by Tartollo, Taurtollo. I don't know which is the title of the song and which is the artist. But yeah, that's it.
It's a pretty good song, I have to admit. I actually quite like it.
Oh yeah, okay. So
yeah.
it's the name of the song is 23 by Tartollo.
Maybe like put it in the description
yeah.
or something. Like,
Nope.
people care. Nope.
If you search for Vlog Music 5, it's the first song.
All right, that's fair.
In that video, the thumbnail is like an island with green water.
The Brick Show ear rape. Sorry, that was random. Okay, next.
The only other legitimate question I can find is Batman Pritchard 5 asks, the fact that Shrek 5 is happening.
Wait, it is?
It's a gift to the world, I think.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's all I can say.
Oh God. Oh God.
I don't really care, but yeah.
I
It's
don't.
never
Yeah.
ogre.
It's the only way to say it.
Pretty much. But that's all the questions we have on Instagram, at least. Did you say there were a few more on YouTube, Alex?
Nope.
Oh,
That's it?
you can find any?
Nope.
Oy vey.
There's just a lot of
Well,
comments
thanks
on,
everyone for asking questions. If you want to ask a question, you can leave some in the or in the comments of this video. We
Or
also
Instagram.
usually set up a thread post on Instagram.
Whenever I can remember, yes.
Yes.
So it's up there.
Whenever I remember Jonathan.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show today, Joseph.
Oh, you're welcome, my dude. Yeah.
Pretty lit
Everyone.
time.
Where can the people
Jews are
find
not
you?
as bad as they seem. Let's just say that.
Yeah, there you
Wait,
go. Get
wait
that
a
out
minute.
there.
Wait, hold on a second. I can't believe we didn't think about this. Would it be ironic if we had a Jew read the Quran?
That would be pretty great. Do you think we have time, though?
Yeah. You know what?
I mean, we just hit 2 hours.
Yeah, we just did
We
2
said
hours.
2
It might be
hours.
too late. I think adding this in the that
I
wouldn't
don't
make
know.
more
We didn't
sense.
read the Quran last time. We're kind of dropping the ball.
Yeah.
It's-
You know what? Yeah. Never mind.
It's fine. It's fine.
Praise
It's all
Allah.
good.
Praise
It's
Allah.
fine.
Yes. Okay.
Tis all
What's
good.
up?
Yeah, as long as
What's up?
we all know where our blessings are,
Of course.
then I think
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. The viewers understand.
Yep.
But yeah. Where can the good people find you, Joseph?
Nowhere.
Oh, you don't want to be traceable in here.
Nope.
You don't want nobody. You don't nobody.
My human trafficking ring is open to all those who can find it.
There you go.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, and you want to take us with the outro, Joseph?
Yep. I want everyone that's listening right now to subscribe to Akash Lego Productions.